we did that wow and the bluebird and the pistache and the whoo.
I want to do that. You get the mountains, like turn up the moustache.
Don't always do what you want to do, but do what you want to do within reason. Because everything you want to do could also be dangerous, but dangerous things are not good for you. But maybe good for others. Others benefit from your pain. You do not pain
Yeah, like
from your own
punching
benefits.
someone. Good for you, but not for them.
Be smart, be wise, be safe, but have fun. Be devilish, but don't be evil. Don't be a monster. Love everyone. Ah, I'll get into that in a minute. What's up, Beardies and Beardettes? Welcome back to another fantastic episode of the Beardy Bird Podcast.
Woo! Yeah.
Oh, another week, another episode, another week. We are here.
Another week, another episode.
I realized from last week's episode, we did in fact have Wookie on for a video episode. He was on the Christmas episode. But
right.
Yeah, so I was like, but I wasn't too, because I couldn't remember when I was uploading if it was audio or video when I was doing that, like, at the end of the last season. So it kind of got confusing, that's why I kind of forgot. But I'm like, but technically at the same time, I mean, I wasn't wrong because it's a new season, so technically it's the first time for him to be on the video format on the Spotify. You know, like, it's kind of, because this season, so it's kind of like, it kind of, you know.
You weren't necessarily wrong.
It's
just, for this season, he hasn't been on until 2 weeks ago. So last week.
It was last week he was on, but it was like
time just flies.
4 weeks before that he was last on. I think it was.
Yeah. 4 weeks? No, it would have been
three or four. Yes, it's Christmas.
Give or take, yeah.
About that.
3 to 4.
The other thing I also realised is we didn't ask Wookie Raven's question either. we forgot about that. We got two in the moment, and because it's just kind of like having Wookie on, it wasn't like. And that's the thing though, like he was a guest, but it didn't feel like we had a guest. I think that's why. So like, I think that's just what threw it. I think threw it off.
Wookie's a regular, like
he's like a co-host. He's you know.
Shit, I didn't think about that. I have it written in my book too. Like,
but we'll have to save that for the next guest we actually have on. Remember to
I think a new desk. A new desk.
Yeah, I mean, you can have a new desk. I need
a new desk.
I can tell you now, I need a new desk. Bloody
right.
The desk that my old computer desk, which I've been using outside, now has been like my second workstation for my painting and stuff. And there's so much paint all over that desk now for me painting. It's ridiculous how much paint is on that desk now because I've just been like painting everything and just like, and I've been trying to like scrub it off. Like, oh no, I forgot. I'm just getting the moment of painting. And I'm just like, yeah, having fun spraying. And I'm like, oh no, the table. Like, my old dining table became that specific table to work on.
Right.
But then that stores mainly all the gear, like the paint and everything. And then so it's just like, it is what it is. It's outside. It's in the weather. So it's like, I'll use it until it breaks and then I'll, you know.
So you replace that one eventually. What you need is an outside table, like a
something like. Well, I did have that outside work table, but it's in the backyard, away from everything else, and that's now got other crap on, like plants and stuff. So that's sitting up there, and it's getting grass growing over it. So it doesn't really work out under the decking.
No, it wouldn't work out, would it? Because it's not an outside table. That one.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, it works with what I've got. Like those two become scrap anyway, because the old dining table I was going to throw out. At some point, I was thinking, because I'm like, I don't need it. We threw all the chairs away because they basically got ruined. So, over time. And I was like, I don't really need it. It was just an IKEA set. But I'm like, I'll use it for...
Also, you gotta be careful. If they say outdoor set, they're still probably not rated for outdoor. Like, there might be an outdoor as undercover outdoor.
That's it.
It's hard to, like, because it's certain wood you can put out there, not all of it.
But, I mean, it's out undercover properly. It's nice covered, so... It's technically indoors in a sense for this stuff.
But also,
dining tables and stuff. And
outdoors is usually metal and plastic and glass and.
The outdoor one we have that I was using for my work paint station was like a proper hardwood like picnic table. Like it was designed to be.
Oh, that fucking thick ass fucking.
Yeah.
Not mahogany, but like that
That hardwood.
Yeah, like it's that ribbed wood. There's all the lines on it.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't
So
know what kind of wood that is though.
I'm
Is
not
that
sure.
what mahogany wood?
No, definitely not. Mahogany would be definitely more durable. Like this is durable, not that durable.
They are fucking durable. Like
Like
these things live like
mahogany is
years out in
heavy,
the
but like
fucking
durable.
rainstorm.
Like you could try and cut into that table and you won't. Like with a handsaw, like mahogany, you can't
Yeah.
cut with a handsaw. Like
Same as
you gotta.
oak.
It's very
I mean, you
strong. So
can, but it take a while.
yeah, but no. So I've been doing
That's
that.
what I think. Like, why do things move away from mahogany and oak? Like, they are fucking
I
well-made
guess I guess
things.
because the growth of trees and because the cost, it became limited
Yeah,
because
but
it's a price to it.
even make them out of pine, but not everyone gonna have hue and pine because people are allergic to it. Some of
Mm.
them. So
Like
like,
mahogany is still used for
because
nice.
pine
Like
is very good. Like, it also burns well if you're
mm.
unfortunate.
But no, mahogani's made like they use that for like primary like really good desks, like office desks and stuff like
Oh yeah,
mahogany.
tables,
The old
desks, stuff. Like, you
real
ever
good
see
shit.
like walking to Harvey Norman and you've got them massive wooden fucking tables, like desk
Yeah,
tables? I think
with
they're
detail
mahogany. Like, they're
possibly.
fucking massive.
But yeah, no. So that's working out for me out there, and I've been dabbling in some other paintings at the moment. So I've been doing like still on and off doing my indigenous paintings, but I wanted to branch out, not just like burn myself out. Like I wanted to do some different techniques, so I've been doing some stuff there, and I've decided while painting, I decided to go live on TikTok and paint on TikTok the last couple of days.
Oh,
So it's been pretty good. I've earned
nice.
I've earned a total of 25 cents at the moment, USD 25 cents. So just for going live, you earn like a couple of cents. It's weird. Just for going live I'm like I could just be going live and just like earning a cent to 2 cents every time I go live. It's weird.
Yeah, but that's fucking hell. To even get a dollar, that's
I
half a
know
fucking year gone
it's a
live.
lot of
Like,
work, but like still like that's so random. Just like it's a bit of change, but I'm like it's so random to just
right?
offer that incentive. Just going live is like, oh, here's a cent. It's like what? Just giving away like money basically. Like it's not much, but you think about how many people go live and how many 1 cents they're giving out. That adds up like to a lot. So I don't
Right.
know how it works
I
the
think
ratio.
because they bring in a lot anyway.
Hmm.
Anyway, so and like cents to them's nothing.
Yeah.
Like so, but then again, like some people don't earn anything at all when they go live. Like,
Hmm. So I don't know. I'm in a
there's
nice.
only certain countries that I think
Hmm. We
like you don't
are.
make money here, but you get it from going live.
It's a weird. Yeah, you can't become a
You get
TikTok
cents.
partner. Like you can't become a partner and earn like a partnership pay benefit, but you can go live and earn from going. It's a weird process where some creators in America like they can partner with like create like TikTok in a sense, and they get paid just for making anything, any kind of content
Yeah,
views. Like they can monetize
right.
basically their videos. It's a very weird process for us. Yeah.
It's a fuck process because it is backwards.
Mm,
Just that,
it's very weird.
I mean, not that you should be getting money for that kind of like 30-second videos or anything, but
No.
like YouTube makes more sense for that because
Mm,
you are monetized on YouTube.
yeah, and you actually
Not
large
TikTok.
form. No, and YouTube's like
But
a
still, sense for live like that.
yeah, and like that's what I mean. It's so weird, but like I say with YouTube, it makes sense because like I say it's like you're on a like a television network in sense, and you are
Well, you're on
creating
a
content.
video platform where
Yeah, it
TikTok, there was what's the other ones?
Vine and stuff like that.
Vine. That they were just
They're more like
for
social media platforms. Like they're
yeah,
like yeah, they're not like YouTube where it's like an actual media. Like I said, like you go to YouTube and you're actually watching TV shows on there. Like people create TV shows, people create movies and have it on there. It's like you're on a network, like you're watching,
right.
exactly. So
Like
it's different.
I just don't get why they even monetize that at
It's
all.
a
If
very
it's
weird
just
process.
a cent for
I
going
think
live.
it's just incentives for people to try and get creating and using it. Like I don't really care about the money. Like I just thought it was hilarious
No,
that I was earning a cent every time I went live. I'm like, why am I earning a cent? Like the first live, I haven't been live in forever, and then the first live I did, I earned 21 cents. And I'm like, okay, cool. And it's like getting all these things, and then they compete. And the stupid thing is too, when you go live too, they put you in like divisions, so you're competing against other people going live and stuff. Like they make it like a competition, and they have like divisions and ranks and stuff. And I'm like, what is this?
divisions.
I'm like, what is this? This isn't Rocket League. Like, why am I entering ranked streaming? Like, why am I in ranked mode? Like, I'm just casual. Like, why? You know what I mean? Like it's so stupid. Like there's different divisions. Like I'm
Why
in
are
like
they monetize? Why are they divisioning monetized content?
yeah, exactly.
So you're competing with other people for
Basically,
people. Like,
everyone that's on the platform is a
I
content
don't think
creator.
streaming is that in general because look at Twitch. Like you're
Yeah,
competing with other people, but it's not category right. Like
yeah, yeah. Because it says I'm like Division 5, like
division.
League Division 5, and I'm like in the top 100. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, why is this competition? Like, people should just be able to go live and have fun and not create like a contest between everyone. Like, it's like what is this? Is this like TikTok freaking Squid Games or something? Like
Makes
everyone's competing against each other to be the number one
makes
slot.
no
Like,
fucking unless they're getting data for stuff and
oh, there'll be something they'll be doing to make it to gimmick it. They'll do something to distract people, going, "Oh, we'll do this, get people to give incentive to go live. Like, ooh, I can get my cents. I can be number one position." And then the more they're doing stuff, they're
get your
creating stuff.
sense. Get off
Yeah,
TikTok.
yeah,
Also, about TikTok, you know how Trump brought it back?
yeah.
He was one who got it banned in the first
I
place.
know. But the funny thing is, right? This is the thing that gets me. That's cracking me up.
No,
So,
he's not a savior. He's a person who
well,
corrected his decision.
well, no, not even that. So this is the funny part. So he signed on the bill early on for it to be
Oh, yeah.
banned. The whole thing come around when it's come down to his like inauguration. He's like, when I get in with my inauguration, I'll bring it back. He brought it back, but with a disclosure of it being the ban extended for 75 days.
Yeah.
So from that point of inauguration on the 9th, because it's like it was the 19th. So when it went down for 13 hours and came back, from that day, there's 75 days. They got to do some whatever shit to try and resolve it. If it doesn't get resolved,
Right.
that 75
Like,
days, it can be shut down again. It can be closed
Yeah.
down in America again. That's the funny part. And then we're all through
He's
the whole.
against it.
I know, but like we're back to square one again, where everyone be like, "Oh no, TikTok's going away, ooh boo hoo," like how everyone was for 13 hours. Like some people said, you're on TikTok. You literally went to sleep, you woke up, and TikTok was back. Like that's how funny it was. Like people just literally went to
That's
bed.
because Americans live on TikTok.
But one thing, this is me putting on my conspiracy hat. But from a social media perspective and seeing how things are, since TikTok went down and came back, a lot of social media platforms have changed. There's something's happened. I don't know what it is, but because
I know Instagram had something.
there's all these
happen.
updates that happened at the exact around that exact same time. Things got updated and things changed. How they operate, UI basis, how their network connected. I don't know what happened, but something to do with
I don't
TikTok
know what
shutting
it is in
down.
Instagram because it doesn't look any fucking different.
Because they updated TikTok, because that went down. But when TikTok went down in America, when it came back on, things changed across the platform drastically. Not just the fact that when TikTok went down and American content kind of disappeared. Like American content was still. This is what was funny.
It
People,
didn't disappear. It was there, but they couldn't upload.
yeah, and that's what was funny. How everyone was like, "Oh, I'm gonna make all these like, oh, tell you the truth, I was all bullshitting the whole time." It's like that video's still there. It's not like gonna disappear. I thought that was fucking hilarious. Like, you just can't access it and delete your video or delete the comments. Like, you just outed yourself, and you've got the evidence left there. You've left a receipt, and you can't do nothing about it, which I thought was hilarious. But I want to come back to that. But
13 hours.
But like, it was down for 13 hours. But when that went back up, the algorithm changed as well on TikTok because when it was down, all I was getting on TikTok was mainly Australian content finally. So other countries I wasn't really getting. I was just getting exclusively just Australian content. And that's what was like other people. Like people in the UK were only getting UK content. People in Europe were only getting Europe content. They weren't seeing things of Australia or other countries. Like even the American stuff that was on there, when that went dark,
I was getting Europe and stuff.
a little bit, but it was more like majority of it was your region-based content, which was very weird because we never really had that. Like in it concurrently running, it was very diverse mix. You'd scroll through and you'd get like Australian, American, Europe, UK, Russia, you get all these different regions. But when that happened, it like force fed you back to your own algorithm of your own country, which was very weird.
Yep.
And now since it's been back, it's been very different with how it operates. Even though the Americans are back, it's doing things differently.
They kind of still backwards.
And another big thing as well, there was region-based from devices. So depending if you're on Apple or Android devices as well, searches were being filtered as well on the platform. So people were searching specific things, and on one device they were showing nothing. Like there's no search for it, and you'd use the exact same words on another device, like compared to Apple to Android, and they'd show up, which was very suspicious. Like,
it's so bizarre.
Like how just for example, you type in bananas, and one was saying nothing was coming up for tan bananas, but then you look at the other one and tan bananas were coming up. And then some people like in America couldn't find anything to do with tan bananas, but in Australia we type in tan bananas and it was coming up. Like, it's very like that, and they're talking about no, we want to have no censorship and all this bullshit. I'm like, but that's clearly censorship. That's controlled censorship.
Seeing what they want you to see, like
yeah, and that's the one thing that they're trying to fight against. They're trying to remove, but they've literally enforced it, and that's not just
censorship that they were fighting though. Was the
it was the spy.
Stuff.
Yeah, the security. They're scared about data breaches.
Funny thing is that Trump wanted them not to do it so they could do it.
He literally said that, yeah, because they wanted the control.
Because you're a fucking hypocrite. Why take it? Like they're not doing nothing with it except maybe pushing ads or
America.
That's about it.
America doesn't want Chinese spying on Americans. America wants Americans spying on Americans.
And everyone else.
Yeah.
And Chinese. Hypocrite. If not one can do it, you shouldn't be able to either.
Yeah. So, but that's why they're trying to work out this weird deal to like partner it together so that then, but they don't want to pay for TikTok to be partnered so they get in Australian, American ownership.
It's gonna be banned.
America wants to just then be like, oh yeah, we'll allow you to own half of our percentage so we can have it in, like, typical American. Typical America being like, oh, we won't want to pay you to like own half of your company or sell us, half, so we pay you half. No, we want you to give it to us, half of it. So then we can like, it's just like typical hypocrisy. Like, it's a business. If you want them to, you should be paying them to be in your country then. Like,
it is a business, yeah, like, and they're not going to sell it.
No. It's just crazy. But no, let's watch this in 75 days.
Trying to buy it. It's like, oh, I bought it. I'm like, all these people just claiming like, oh, I bought TikTok, I'm the new CEO. I'm like, bruh, they're not selling
it. But that's the thing though, the guy who, that show, whatever he was, the guy who's the CEO of TikTok, he was at Trump's inauguration.
Yeah.
He was there, like, in that little area of, like, the selected people, like, with, like, Elon Musk and bloody, Jeff Bezos.
Have you seen that Musk video? He just looking around like...
Yeah, like, he's just, like, don't know what to do, and he's just, like, logging out, like, he's just, like...
And then he just stared at the camera and just, like...
and he giggles, and then he, like, looks at one random button, he's like... He's like, this is, like... Like, you're doing this weird, like, where are you looking, bro? Like...
Someone said, like, he's definitely an AI.
Always remember, Jim. Always remember, Elon is a dickhead. Always remember, he's a dickhead. Always remember, he's a dickhead. He's a fucking dickhead, Elon. He doesn't know what he's doing. He never knows what he's doing. Even fucking Mark Zuckerberg was there. Jeff Bezos was there. Everyone was there. Fucking dickhead. I mean, clearly know what I'm doing, but bringing
palm up, not palm down.
I know, but that's like people are bringing up receipts where he's like, "I give my heart out. I've give my heart." Like he's done stuff before, but all of a sudden he's just like, "I give my heart." Like what? I honestly feel like he was like, "Ha ha ha! I want to do something funny. I want to be edgy." You know, because that feels like there's something.
But does people know that he is a fucking troll? Like
that's what I mean. Like he is edgy as fuck. But he knows how to work the media. Like, he knows how to get people to talk about shit. And I believe 100%
he does everything satire, except...
Yeah.
It's in your face. It's like, haha, bitch. Like,
because that being the way... Well, I mean, kind of bad that I'm doing it. It's a joke, though.
No, like, that wasn't the thing there. Like,
no.
Because you didn't do that beforehand. Like,
but, like, but that in Australia
is... like this. It's like, that's how you do it. Not what he was doing. Like, palm up, dickhead. Like,
yeah, you do that. I know. Like, it's wild because in Australia, that video got censored in Australia because of the laws we have to do, because all the Nazi laws and stuff in Australia. They literally that video that was on the news got blurred because it's not allowed to be viewed because of the laws in Australia. So it got censored on the news and stuff when they're talking about it. But social media like TikTok and stuff, fucking have it wherever you want. It's fine.
It's so bizarre.
And that's the funny thing too. The last few days I've been using like memes and template formats, and I've been having TikTok being like, "Oh no, this is low quality. This is rinse and repeat content. Blah 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 videos." I grabbed that intro right. of that
Yeah.
scene of Musk doing that. I think you might have seen it on my TikTok. But
Yeah.
like, there's no blocks on it, but it still got capped to low views. Like someone nerfed it, but it's not got any nerf restrictions to
They
it. Like,
just shadow banned it.
yeah, they
kind of,
shadow
like-
banned the video basically, so only my friends can see it. Like my group of followers can see it.
That's hilarious.
But like, there's no restrictions actually on the video though, which is hilarious. Like, I'm taking the piss take out on him, but like, the video
You're
literally
taking
has
the piss take out.
yeah, taking the piss take out. Take a piss take turn, take.
It was such a weird sentence. I was like, take the.
But no,
take the piss
it's just
take.
hilarious that I was taking the piss, and it didn't, like I said, it didn't get blocked in any regions. It's pushed to all the platform, like the for you, like it's pushed to everything where it needs to be pushed for reach, but it's shadow banned. Because what it is,
some can't.
yeah, it's kind of hilarious because the other content I've done, it's just like, oh no, this is ripped content, low quality effort, blah 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 blah, bullcrap, and there's like barely any views for videos, and I'm trying to make memes, and then,
Right.
stupid.
But I will. Like, he did it.
It happened. So okay. But like,
It
it's
may
like
have been
what?
deliberate. It
but, like,
may have not been. Who
It's
fucking
stupid
knows?
nonsense. Like I'm not like yeah, I have Starlink, and I think some of the things he does is like ideas are cool, but like I'm not a fan of Musk. Like I'll still like, you know what I mean?
I mean,
but
I'm
like,
a fan of the fact that he tries to help the
Yeah.
world. Like, he tries to do good things.
but like
But it's
I'm not
the shit that he
condoning.
does when he gets bored. I'm guessing. Like, he
and that's
must
the
get
thing.
bored a lot because
Like I'm not condoning, but I'm also not condemning for what he did, and you can clearly
No.
tell. Like at the end of the day, okay, yeah, what he did was like kind of wrongish in sense, but like it's clearly just a joke. Like it's clearly a piss take. Like
Yeah.
what at the end of the day, what did it do? He just put his arm out. What did he do? Did he project his arm out and did you go, oh, it hit me, oh, I'm injured, oh, I'm dead, like it did nothing. He just projected his arm out. You know what I mean? Like he didn't do anything. He didn't like in the process walk up and slap you in the face like Will Smith did fucking several, forever ago. It's nothing. It's just a gesture, motion of movement. Like he didn't actually do anything. I just love how people are like losing their shit. It's like he didn't actually do anything though. It's a motion of movement, and people are getting all riled up for it. It's like, okay, yeah.
he's not the first one to do that. Like,
No,
at all.
like we get it. Okay, it's related to the whole Nazi thing and whatever bullcrap. But like, did it actually do anything? No, it didn't. If it actually did something, I could actually understand people being upset. But like, it didn't actually do anything.
Do you know a good example of that? Look at any Captain America thing and they go, Hail Hydra. That could technically be the same thing.
Yeah, that's why Marvel took the piss take, like when they wrote the comics doing that gesture, that they did the double take because it was taking a piss take, but they couldn't gesture doing the one motion, but they did the double. So it's still the same thing. It's just you're doing it with both arms. It's no different because your arm still crosses over, whether it's singular or double. It's still the same, but you go Hail Hydra. But that's still the same motion. It's just mirrored. So like,
yeah. I don't see an issue with what Musk did, but he just shouldn't have done it.
But speaking of that, that's the funny part though, because there was a motion a while back, because this Nazi law thing in Australia has been in effect for a little while, and I do remember a story where a guy did the Hail Hydra in public, and people had it, whatever, and then he got like had to deal with cops or whatever because they're like, oh, he's doing the Nazi shit, blah 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 blah. It's like he just did Hail Hydra, like it's a fictional thing. It's not real. It's not real. But people get overworked and like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Call the cops, report him in.
Imagine showing a cop a comic or a clip of someone doing that. It's like it's just Captain America, bro.
It's Hydra. Like, okay, that's what the comics wrote a knockoff from. Like, Captain America literally talks about Hitler.
Yeah, but imagine
they talk about people worse than Hitler,
show a cop what it was you were doing, and it's like, oh, imagine how dumb that'd feel. Or the person who even
I do hate it because
that, like,
I can no longer do my joke about, have you seen my friend? He's about this tall. And like, I do hate that I can't really do that joke anymore. Yeah, like
I mean,
it's
you
just.
can, 'cause that's not.
But people get so worked up about it now because it's still in relation to it being a call to.
But yeah, you can parody Hitler. That's fine.
Like fucking Jojo Rabbit. Like, that was great.
That is in good taste though. That's not.
That
in
was so
bad
good.
Taste. He did play a good fucking.
Just that every time they Heil Hitler, Heil Hitler, Heil Hitler. That's that whole scene. This episode's gonna be fucking flagged. But like, I'm scared now. I'm scared now. In the transcript down the bottom, you know how we'd mentioned, you know, every episode where you have the transcript pops up.
Hitler.
It just comes up with Adolf at the bottom, like Adolf.
Yeah, but Adolf's not a bad name. People have that.
No, but that'd be funny though. It just has like.
I think there's even other Adolf Hitlers, isn't there? Like there's actual.
Oh, there's actual people
Hitlers out there.
But that'd be funny
Like
though. Like
Adolf Hitlers.
it's like you look
I
at
was
the transcript of people that are mentioned. And it's like I don't know why I got Dakota Fanning somewhere in my head for some stupid reason. But like it's just a name that popped into my head.
That's bizarre.
Like
Dakota
Bernard Fanning. But like Taika Waititi. Now he's going to be mentioned in the transcript. But like it's like that. It's like all these actors are like things, and then it's just like Adolf. It's like just Adolf in the middle of all these people that are mentioned. I think the algorithm will specifically block it out for that reason because of what it is.
And I think because you said Jojo Rabbit as well, that would be in there with it. So maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, the transcript actually kind of grabs everything word for word and does a whole actual transcript of everything we say.
Oh, from even last week when you did all them fucking porn stars and shit.
Yeah. Everything that we talk about. So when that YouTube transcripts everything, it has a short transcript of people you've mentioned, but actually transcripts the episode and actually puts it into like a script because the transcript.
When I even like mentioned games developers, fuck.
You can go back over them on the YouTube, click the transcript, extend it down, and it'll have everything word for word. Everything. So everything we've talked about, there's evidence.
Damn.
Even if it's misheard, there's evidence of everything we've talked about in a transcript. For like 2 hours of just words, sentences, and paragraphs. It's crazy.
Oh, so it is paragraphs or something in some form.
In a form, like it. But that's how crazy AI is. Like it goes through and transcripts everything, so you can look back over it. And that's how it learns to put subtitles into the videos. So it listens to what we're saying.
That's the good kind of AI.
It transcripts it, so then it puts in a transcript, but then it uses that transcript to then create subtitles. Closed captions.
That's what my TikTok did, because I did put subtitles in. I just clicked it one day and word for word. I'm
like,
it
listens to it, transcripts it, and sometimes if there's mistakes, it'll tell you. Like it'll go through and it'll say, it shows you what you're saying, and you go, no, that word isn't right, so you can click on it and edit it, and then like readjust.
I didn't know they auto-generated subtitles on TikTok.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
The ones who manually put in subtitles, you don't need to, really.
Sometimes it's depending on how you want to do it. If you want specific, like, bubble fonts.
Different things to pop out, yeah.
Yeah.
But, in general, you just...
Yeah, if you just want subtitles or closed captions, yeah, you can literally just have it automatically do it. Sometimes, like, say, you got to go over and re-edit it, or sometimes... Because there's sometimes where I've had that on a video, and I've gone, let's put the closed captions in, and it'll follow along with a sentence, and then miss, like, 5 words, and then it'll go on to the next sentence. I'm like, what the fuck? You missed a whole phrase of what I'm talking about here. Like, I got to go back in, get a word bubble, time it out, type it in. It's like, oh. But, you know, it happens.
It's fucking weird. But, no.
But yeah, so, it's just crazy. It's fucking hilarious. I'm entertained by what's going on. All the stuff that, like, Trump has been signing off. There's been some weird shit there.
Yeah.
Even he talked about apparently how everything was rigged. I don't know if it was specifically, everyone's calling it out, being like, oh, he admitted it was rigged, they rigged it. But I don't know if it's about the actual election, him becoming president, or if it's about him being something to do with the Olympic presidency or something. I don't. People take things out of context, so. But it's crazy shit. There's crazy shit going on. People just like to get wild. The Orange Man. The Orange Man.
The Cheeto Man.
The Cheeto Man. But no, it'd be interesting to see what's going to happen.
No, but, I mean, at least America's good that this is his last time as president.
He's a little, last bit of run. 80 years old, man. He's 80. Fucking hell.
They should have an age, cut off for that.
I know, why is there's all these old, literally old people? It's like, they could die any moment. Like, they have all these people that are presidents that could die, within a week.
That's
it's crazy.
Barack Obama, in his 30s or 40s, if it was. He was a good age to be president.
Yeah, he was old, but still young.
All there.
But, everyone they've had lately, it's just trying to go, or at least Trump decided to run again. That was half his problem. Just why, bro? Why do you want to go again?
The fact that he called Biden old at 80 and now he's 80.
I know. But what got me is, he ran for presidency and then he ran for again. It's just bro, why? You've done it once. Why did you do it again? It is weird that he was I'm going to run for president again. And then I got in. So he's double take on presidency. So
But I found that weekend at Prime Ministers that go for a long time.
Yeah. I'm
Like
Sam
years,
Kekovich.
years. Hey,
I'm Sam
I'm
Kekovich.
Sam Kikovich.
Going on about his bloody lamb. What the fuck time?
Like a
Cricket.
lamb.
His cricket and his lamb.
It
Every.
reminds me of that lamb man, like when they had the fucking dinner table, like, nah, eat the lamb.
I always love it every time there's an ad's either at the start or at the end. He's like, "Oh, I'm Sam Kekovich."
Right?
He's an old
Fuck's
fella,
sake. Is he?
but
Is that old? Oh, in his 60s?
he's a bit old. He's been around for a while, that dude. Old Sam Kekovich.
Oh, he's actually 74.
Old Sam Kekovich. And what
Oh,
was his
Sam
name
Kikovich.
in the tennis? Fucking, he's now retired because of injury. Um, fuck, what's his name?
Novak?
Novak, I think it was, because he had an
No,
injury.
Djokovic. Is it Novak Djokovic?
I think it was Novak.
Apparently, we are kind of getting dirty here.
Yeah, there was that nonsense that was going on with him. But yeah, no, he had injury again, and he's now like actually out now because of how bad the injury was. He's had a few
Oh,
injuries
yeah,
over the years,
he's out of the I was open, yeah.
but I think he's actually retiring now. I think in general because from that incident, he's like done now, like which is crazy. I mean, he's been doing it for a long time though.
He is 37.
Like in sports, like that's a long time because usually people are out there at their third, like they do it in their 20s to their 30, whatever it is, and then they're out.
I think Leighton Hewitt went pretty late, same as Roger Federer.
But yeah,
I mean, but Federer didn't really get injured though.
no, but he did himself pretty rough, so he's out now for the count.
Yeah.
Crazy. But yeah, that was like old
He's
mate
up-
the other. That was
he's
like old mate.
That he got injured. He's
Old mate.
upset.
Was it? Yeah, because it was old mate the other week on the news, wasn't it? Was it
Old
Novak?
mate.
There was a news reporter. I think it was Novak. It was someone who was like, there was a crowd. And he's sitting there and he's doing the news report. He turns around and he goes, "He's overrated. He sucks." Blah 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 blah. And he's like, "Ha! No one. They can't hear me. They're all, whatever it was." And it's just like, bruh, like he. And then the dude had to like apologize on the news or whatever it was. So like, geez.
No, people are just.
I think it's funny.
Oh, he actually won that game too, and he. Oh no, he lost to Zverev. Okay.
But
Dang.
people yeah, that was crazy from what I heard.
He was on a roll too until that game.
Yeah, he busted himself. I think it was knee ankle or something.
I don't think he's gonna retire though. He just out of this. I was open now. He just.
But yeah,
That's an injury you have to take care of though, and if it isn't like a knee, you kind of need them for tennis. Kind of need your knees because like they're the main part of your sport.
yeah, Australian Open. He retired from that.
Yeah.
So I think he's given up on the Australian Open altogether now. So he's no longer doing the Australian Open because he's got to travel too. So he's got to travel for that.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's why
yeah,
because he was fucking killing it until he got injured.
but yeah,
That
he's
suck,
gone
though,
too
like
far.
going so good and then just getting injured.
It
like,
happens. Like it happens. You kind of get done in. It's one of those
especially when you
things.
get that age, like injuries. If you don't take care of yourself 100%,
Just sitting on the toilet, pull your back out.
right?
I'm still getting over it. It's a little better now. Fuck. Still a bit sore, but
That's hilarious.
so stupid.
But no, that's hopefully he comes back a lot better than ever.
Mm. Well, whatever he
But see,
decides to do.
if you get injured like that, you usually do come back because
Well,
you
I mean, it
because
depends
you do
on
more fitness.
it depends on what he's going to do because he's 37. Like he can retire. Like he doesn't have to keep
Yeah,
doing
he
it.
can, but he's still playing good fucking tennis.
So who knows? Like he might just.
He's still smashing the young ones. Like even
Mm.
people who are like gonna be the next fucking top tier. Like he's still smashing them.
But-
So
But yeah, so see how he goes once he recovers.
it'd be like Federer. Maybe might go out and thinking higher. Who the fuck knows?
That's what I mean. So.
When did you try 39?
Oh,
I think
and that was the other thing too.
39.
Actually, coming back to the Trump thing, because there's like a whole lot of different footage stuff around the behind the scenes. Did you see the clip of Jake Paul had Mike Tyson on his shoulders?
The fuck. More AI bullshit.
No, literally, He literally like this going on, and he had like Mike Tyson on his shoulders or something. It was fucking stupid. Like I saw a clip of it, and I was like, "What the fuck are they just like?" Because they had like influencers there for the inauguration as well. So it was like Jake Paul, Logan Paul, and they had like different like YouTubers and stuff, and yeah, there was like Mike Tyson on Jake Paul's shoulders. I was like, "What the fuck?" It's fucking hilarious. Look at it. It was weird as. If you can find it. Should be able to.
Oh yeah, Jake Paul lets rival Mike Tyson on his shoulders.
Yeah. It's so random. It's so random. It's like, what? Like, when you're like, it's just so random. Like, okay, like, bro, it's like, imagine the comment, like, get on my shoulders. Like, let's go. Like, what? Like, how does that become a thing? Like, oh,
He's
bro,
like,
let's
yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, get on my shoulders, bro. Let's cheer. Like, what? Like, how is that?
Yeah, it's funny because people think they hate each other and they actually
No.
don't.
Like, the whole thing was set up in the beginning. Like, it was only a fun riot. Like, it wasn't an actual, like, it was all for fun, the boxing.
It was just
It was for
it
entertainment.
was just a payout for Mike Tyson. Really.
Yeah, and it literally was entertainment. It was literally a show. Like, that was the point of it.
Like, I'm not dissing Mike Tyson, but he did do that for the thing of money.
But, like, it's still kind of funny, like, just bros hanging out at Trump's inauguration. It's like, oh, and he's just like, oh, I'll pick you up, get on my shoulders, bro. Like, what? Like,
that's so bizarre.
It's so random. Lifting
that is not what a 6-year-old does. Like,
no, like, oh, let me get on your shoulders, bro. Like, it's so fucking random.
weird.
It's not really loot stuff, but
yeah,
I do.
2025 is a weird year already. Shit, fucking.
I know. And I will be bringing it up this episode because I want to talk about. Like I said, it's not a loot, but I just wanted to like examply talk about it because it's just easier for me to talk about it with demographic, like physical things in my hand to talk about. But but I've been really addicted this month, of course, to Spider-Man. So I've been playing Spider-Man. So I physically just wanted to show that I've to talk about what I'm talking about.
The funny part is, you have a physical disc for 2. I don't yet.
Yeah. So because I'd already played one before, and I had that on the PS4, and I played through and finished it right, and I was like, blah blah blah, and I was like, finally, like I dabbled Miles Morales on the PS4 as well, but I finally earlier this month, I finally played the PS5 version of it.
I thought you would have grabbed it on PS, or did you get the upgrade?
I got the upgrade free, so it was cheaper to buy this and then upgrade.
Is it?
Yeah, I got the free upgrade with it.
No, is that cheaper than the PS5?
Yeah, when I got this, it was like I only paid like maybe $30 for it, and at the time, like it worked out I guess $30 cheaper, and I just upgrade for free. So it's like no loss. So
get like.
So yeah, so I was like,
that should be the same price.
Yeah, I know, it's so stupid. But no, so like I'd already done Spider-Man when it like kind of because I got that a little bit like when it came out. Played through that, so I was like, I'll leave it for now. And like I didn't, I've played it, I've done it. I know I've picked this up, which is a continuation from that. So like I'll play this, and then it's like, yep, PS4, nah, PS5. So I played the PS5 version of that. I was playing through that, ended up finishing it, did most of it, and then I was like, well, I had the Spider-Man 2, which I got a little while back in November, December. And I was like, okay, well, I've now finished that. I'll go play this. Played that.
Ours was so fucking good, though.
Like, I had a few hours of this to start with. I put more in it now. But then I went to 2, played the fuck out of 2, completely 100% of this game.
3 days ago you platinumed that.
Yeah, platinumed it. I've got like 50-something hours on the game. As soon as I finished the platinum, I didn't even need the New Game Plus to do anything. But I started playing the New Game Plus, just for the extra trophy. So it's not needed for the platinum. But then I already started putting in like another 5 hours into this already, which got me to the 53. And then I was like, oh no, I'll go back to this, try and finish off the trophies to do the platinum. And I was like, nah, fuck it. I'll go back to 1, put 1 onto my PlayStation 5. Was like, well, I don't have any, because all my save files are on my old PS4. So I was like, everything's new. Oh, okay, I'm going to have to start this game from scratch.
No, you can download that, like you say, from the cloud to...
Yeah, I couldn't be bothered because I loaded in. None of my save files were on my account. I'm like, oh, I can't fuck around trying to download. I'm like, oh, if I'm going to start fresh, fuck it. I'll do the PS5 version. Paid $25, upgraded to the PS5
It
version,
looks nice, doesn't it?
and
Like,
now,
it feels
yeah.
so good.
So now I'm playing the PS5 version, going through it from the beginning again. Now going to grade out all the trophies so I get the platinum from this. Forget the PS4 platinum. Then I'm gonna go back to this, finish this off so I can get all the trophies for this, and then go back and play, and then finish the new game plus of this all.
Backwards.
Like, it's just like
You can't auto pop backwards though to the PS4. You can go from 4 to 5.
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's, well, I've got you can download, but I'm finishing off the PS5 version. I'm not worrying about the PS4 version.
PS4 version of Spider-Man done?
No, it's just I'm leaving it. I'm just like fuck it. I'm just gonna platinum the PS5 version.
You have the PS5 platinum, but not the PS4. Only half the fucking truth. Bruh.
I may even go back and download the PS4 version, but I'm starting fresh. I've been streaming it.
If you download your save data, you can continue the PS4, then just auto pop the 5.
I've started playing it. It's one of those things. So
2 platinums the price of 1. Like, why not?
I'm like I'll play through it, and if it happens, like it's not bad. I like the look of it anyway with the remaster because
Yeah,
the original version is so dooky now. It looks
that ray tracing so good on the fucking windows and the cars and stuff. Like,
but there's just so much I put into
but
it.
the second game, my god, that took that up.
It's so good. It's so good. Like I like
even the particles, like the particles.
But everything got easier though.
Windows,
like the challenges in this, it's like ridiculous in the first game. That's why I never finished the platinum. The second one was still like kind of had it. And then this game here, this actual second game, was just like, oh, we've kind of forgotten about that. We don't want to make it so hard for people, and we just made it a little bit easier.
Well, not really forgot, but Screwball got locked up, so there's no Screwball challenges or anything.
Yeah. So
well, she locked up in Miles, right? She got done in Miles Morales.
But that's what I mean. There's all these extra things that they wanted you to do. And then they got rid of them because, like, yeah, they're like, oh, let's move these characters on so they don't exist, so therefore we don't have to bring back these challenges. Basically, it's just like, fucking hell.
Yeah, because you didn't need them. They're only to get you running up with the game by getting you to do certain things.
Yeah.
Because Spider-Man 2 still has its own challenges, like its own things.
It was so easy, like, to do half the trophies. Like, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah. No,
but I remember that
PlayStation did a thing where, like, there's no difficulty trophies. There's no. Well, they
no,
challenges.
There was something I was reading. There was something where you got to do something on Ultimate, Ultimate.
That's a DLC trophy, I think. Though.
Yeah, but I'm like,
You have to do the whole game again on Ultimate, I think.
I guess who's gonna do it? Because I'm gonna get all the. It's gonna mostly take me months to play just 3 games most for all. Because I'm now on the. Until like I was gonna play Alan Wake 2 at some point, and that's not gonna happen now. There's other games I was gonna play that's not gonna happen because I've just been hooked on Spider-Man. I've completely given up on Resident Evil.
Alan Wake. You know how you said you do your games and movies by name only?
Yeah.
I took that advice to my PS5 collection. Fuck, it's a lot cleaner with just names. Like, you get Alan Wake 1 and 2 side by side. Instead of one up here, one down there.
Yeah, alphabeticize everything. Yeah, it's so much nicer.
Now it does bug me with the G, M-A, M.
There is that. But...
G, PG, like.
But alphabetical order is like I said, that's the way you would actually have a library.
You can search a game. Like, you can.
Otherwise.
A, B, C, D, and just go through the.
Otherwise, like I said, what you would have to do otherwise is have them in, like, rating base. So it's like G, PG, that. But then have them alphabeticalized. So you go, okay, this is my G section.
That's what I did. I had to be alphabetical and.
Yeah, and it can be
I
hard.
have games like I have Army of 2, but one's R, the other one's like MA. So
it's
and the other ones are like different sides of the fucking shelf.
Yeah.
It's like.
So at the end of the day, it's best just to have alphabetical order. Then you know, okay, by order, go, okay, I need, Bioshock, B. You know exactly where to look at the B section. You want,
not
like,
look for the M and MA and...
Dungeons, Dragons, you know where to look at the D section, It does make it a lot easier. Hell of a lot easier. But...
I actually took all the PS5 games, put them in the living room, just on the table.
It's a lot.
You got a couple hundred?
Yeah.
It
happens.
I bought a lot. I didn't realize. Like, I got a lot of PS5 games.
But no, I'm definitely looking for Spider-Man 3. Like, I will this time round. I think. Like, because at the time I didn't have a PS5. Like when they do Spider-Man 3.
Oh yeah, that's a long way away. Then.
Yeah, but like I didn't have a PS5 at the time.
next.
But like I didn't have a PS5 at the time, so that's why I didn't like race out to get
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2 because I didn't have a need to like. I kind of wish I did have it, but where now it's like, where would I
It was
put everything?
based on needs, like
Yeah, but I think if Spider-Man 2 comes, like Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3 comes next time, like I will most probably jump on that
Spider-Man
one.
2 remastered. Let's go, PS6 baby.
But yeah, Wolverine, I'll be getting Wolverine for sure.
I really hope they don't do that.
Remaster.
No, like Spider-Man 2 remastered for PS6.
Oh, it'd just be the way it is. Should be fine.
That's what I mean. Like,
At least
you don't need to
with
remaster that.
at least with Spider-Man 1, it made sense because they changed
Well,
the head
PS5
model.
there, you don't have to remaster. Like, you shouldn't have to touch them
But like
ever
I said,
again. Just,
this made sense because they changed the head model. They did a lot of work to it. Like they actually did a lot of work.
They actually kind of they literally remastered it. Like they upped the visual fidelity, up the frame rate. I think.
But the funny thing that got me right. So when I looked at the upgrade, because it was telling me about the upgrade, like buy the deluxe whatever version, so you could upgrade because the PS5 version of Miles Morales came with.
Hang on, you paid for the. Was the upgrade with? Because with Spider-Man 2, that comes with an upgrade for remastered, right?
No,
Well, that's just my one.
that was your one because you would have got the bigger edition because mine didn't come with it. But that was like Spider-Man.
They should have bundled that with the base Spider-Man 2 as well.
There was a version of the Spider-Man Miles Morales on PS5 that came with Spider-Man Remastered. But because I bought the PS4 version at the time, because again I didn't have the PS5 but I wanted to play it, that's why I bought that. And I was like, well, if I do get a PS5, it's the free upgrade. But on the PlayStation Store, when I was looking at the prices, it said to upgrade to the bundle to get remastered, it was $30. And I was like, well, I'll just chucking this in. And chucking this in, it goes, it's $25. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, you're charging $30 for Spider-Man Remastered with this version of the game. We're not going to use this disc. But then I pay $25 if I use my original Spider-Man disc. I'm like...
I know, it's weird.
I'm like, okay.
Should be the same price no matter what.
Yeah, it should just be $25.
So it should be the lower price, yeah.
Should, no. But I guess I can get what they're charging for it because it's like an actual... Like, they changed the game.
They redid the whole game. Like, they changed everything.
The head model and everything.
Like, they put work into that.
Made it more relevant, so it's a bit more smoother for the system.
Right?
But no, so that's just been me, like, between every other game, just been playing Spider-Man at the moment, which has been fun.
Right, like,
I've been enjoying
it. Every time I've seen you pop online, I was like, what's Daz playing? Spider-Man.
Any one of them, man. Like, my YouTube at the last moment, I was recording, like, the cutscene gameplay of Spider-Man 2, and then I was just, like, been uploading them from the PS5, like, rent. So my YouTube's just full of, like, Spider-Man 2 content at the moment. And then I was like, I could have just been like streaming this when I've been playing it. So now, like when I start a new game, like one of my live streams is like Spider-Man 2 New Game Plus Part 1 is in one of my live streams. And then for some reason Part 1 didn't upload. But then but you look at my lives, it's all like Marvel Spider-Man 2 New Game Plus Part 1. And then it has Marvel Spider-Man Remastered Part 2. Because Part 1 didn't upload. It was only like 30 minutes. But for some reason, it didn't upload to the YouTube on the live. It didn't save it. So I've got Part 2 and Part 3 of, like, remastered now. But
Yeah, but stuff.
but yeah, so now it's just going to confuse people. Because people are like, oh yeah, Spider-Man New Game Plus, huh? And then Part 1. And straight to Part 2 of the first. Like, what? Just confuse people. But
right?
I'm playing through that. I'm just going to stream it.
Yeah, most people are smarter. They'll see the name and...
Yeah. So I'm basically...
Hopefully.
I should say platinuming, because that's what I'm doing basically with the live stream, is going through and collecting the platinum trophy, going for the platinum. But I was like, people get the idea.
No, how I feel when I platinum games on the stream. So you just kind of focused on doing that.
Yeah, so I didn't even worry about talking. Like it's just no mic. I just mute my mic, sit back and just play it, and people come in and watch it. They watch it. If they don't, they don't. Like, it's just me cataloging it instead of me manually uploading from my PlayStation, which I've still got.
Mostly, I'm just trying to platinum stuff. Like,
I've still got footage there from my PlayStation that I'm going to upload of my gameplay to my YouTube. But yeah, you look at back at YouTube, it's just so much flooded with Spider-Man 2 content. Like, I lost a subscriber as well. I'm like, oh well, I guess they don't like Spider-Man. I don't know. Like,
I'm guessing they're an expert because.
But
the Spider-Man games are amazing. Just watch them.
It's just I just thought I'd upload them as I'm playing it, because I thought, oh, I'll record these and then upload them because people can see how I'm playing it. I don't know. No, it is what it is. But no, so that's been me for a while. And I'm like, eventually I'll get around to other games. place. I mean, I did squeeze in some Rivals today and streamed that a little bit, but yeah. So,
Did you do the Rocket League mode on Rivals?
I tried, but with the American servers, it's shit. I can't pick up the
We're
ball.
American servers.
I was playing with JD in that trip.
Oh.
So,
Hey,
so
I played on our servers. I was smashing it.
trying to run into the ball with them, and I can't pick up the ball. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Latency is broken.
It does that in general sometimes, like because I was using Star Lord and it didn't pick. I
But-
ran over the ball, nothing.
I gotta jump on and actually play it on our servers because I do want to get those challenges and get that battle pass, like that free pass event.
And that
pass
cool
event.
ass skin for whoever was Star Lord.
Star-Lord, yeah.
Skin.
Yeah, I want to
the
get that
game.
free skin, so
Yeah,
Like,
because
that's
it hasn't long to do it, a week or so.
something like that. A few days. So yeah, I gotta get on there and play that and do that. So there's a lot of things I will end up catching back up on stuff because everything rolls over again.
Also, I'm gonna have to
Also-
show you some stuff here.
Mhm.
On the, did you see that Doom: The Dark Ages actually got a release date?
I saw it got a trailer. But it isn't
May
the trailer part.
13th.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a Tuesday.
Something like, yeah.
Collector's edition, $300. I'm gonna grab it.
Gold hairs. I'd actually.
I'm
look
going to show that on here so people can see it because
Yeah.
it is fucking interesting. Which let me bring up the EB, no, the JB actually.
Mm,
They show things off better. Like Doom.
I'm not too.
Yeah,
fussed.
May. Like, who would have thought May would be a release
Yeah.
date?
I know it's a bit weird. I get in early.
Not weird. It's good. Like it's early in the year. Like fuck.
Mm.
Yeah, $339 for the collectors. Hang on. Let me just put on so everyone can see it. Share your screen. Boing. Boing. Like, put that on there. Like, this is what it is. Like, it comes with some very cool. Oh, they don't show it big, but. Whoops. Go back. Meow. But, like, you get a 12-inch statue of the Doom. Like, that looks fucking fantastic.
Still looks cool.
You get that, which is a replica keycard, which is
Yeah,
pretty
the
cool.
keycards, the red keycard.
Which comes in the steelbook, which has a disc.
Yeah.
Has a fucking disc.
And it was a recent
And
game.
the normal case.
There's a recent game that came out and it was like, oh, here's a collector's, but there's no. I was like, what? Another one? I was like,
That's most of them.
yeah.
Also, I don't know if it's on here, but Ninja Gaiden 2 got remade. Came out yesterday.
Ninja Gaiden.
If they having a Ninja Gaiden? Oh, but it is getting a physical in March for us on only PS5,
Mm.
not for not for Xbox because they got it on Game Pass.
Yep.
They got it on Game Pass, but they're not getting a physical like PS5 is.
Yeah.
Which is weird, right? Like,
That's weird.
I just
Very
don't
weird.
understand that because I mean I get it's on Game Pass, no one's gonna buy it on Xbox.
Yeah.
And it's just cool that like they remade Ninja Gaiden 2, Shadow dropped it yesterday, day before, and just here it is, you can play it now. Like more I think more devs need to just announce a game, drop it.
Yeah. Especially if there's nothing fancy going on. Like if it's just like, here's a game, like we're not doing anything fancy for it, no like hype up, like version or anything like that. It's
Oh,
just like,
there was a hype up beforehand about it. There
No,
was,
but you know what I mean?
there's a
Like, nothing
Ninja Gaiden
big,
4
like-
coming.
yeah. Like if they're not doing anything too crazy, like getting carried away, like trying to be like, oh, by the way, here's a $500 version, or like here's a, it's
Yeah.
just, something fancy like that. It's just like, oh, here's
But, like,
the game out.
The fact you can play Ninja Gaiden 2
Mm.
Black, which is remade on Unreal Engine 5, and it runs fucking the best game in Unreal Engine 5 because it is fucking flawless, pretty much, like 99%.
No,
Where most Unreal Engine 5 games, it's the most unoptimized fucking engine. Games just run like trash usually, but no, that props to Team Ninja. And also keen for Ninja Gaiden 4, which drops later this year.
That's alright.
And it's not Ryo Hayabusa. It's someone else. Is the protagonist. So it's like it's cool we're getting a fourth one after Fuck. The
Yeah,
third
no,
was
it's been a
PS3
while.
360.
Yeah, been a while.
2012, around that era.
Yep,
Fuck me dead.
crazy.
Finally getting the fourth one. And a new Dead or Alive at some point.
Mm.
A reboot.
Yeah, they always come and go those, but that's
In
cool.
that engine, it's gonna look fantastic.
Yeah,
Whatever they're gonna, if they use the same engine, they like Unreal for the 2 Black.
Mm.
But no, there's some cool shit coming now. Like we even got South of Midnight comes out April
Yep.
24th, 26th of
It's just so many games.
April. Yeah, because that Xbox Developer Direct was so good.
There's just always so many games. It's just like every time there's so many games I want to play. It's just like,
And Doom doesn't have multiplayer in this new one.
yep, it's just scrapped.
None.
Yep.
They focus just on the campaign.
Yep. No
Which
gimmicks.
they did say, like, from day one when they thought about the game, no multiplayer.
Yeah, none of the gimmicks that they tried adding in, trying to do what they did.
Not gimmicks, so
Like-
they were still good multiplayer.
Like the first game, like I did like with the first game because they actually added like an actual like map creator, like you could create shit, like that was multiplayer.
Yeah, that was
like,
in Doom Eternal too.
The second one didn't
It's
have
just-
as much; it was a bit different. But
They just said like they wanted to focus 100% on the campaign,
that's alright.
and because he can ride a massive dragon,
Mm.
and you can a 30-foot tall mech, you can operate that. If they had multiplayer, you couldn't be able to do
Yeah,
that.
it'd be too much going on. It'd freak it out.
Yeah, because they would have had to spend time on multiplayer, not. Which is cool. Like, give us the dragon to ride and play with, and mechs.
Well,
like,
that also mean like co-op, because imagine if you're trying to do co-op and having a system, one like how's the fact that you've spawned in like the giant mech.
yeah, fuck off, co-op
and then-
Doom, Jesus.
And then the other, the other person trying to render in someone driving the 30-foot, it wouldn't be able to handle properly because you're trying to buffer
Ooh.
between the two systems.
I mean, it would, but you're not on the Xbox Series S.
No, but imagine trying to buffer between the two systems, trying to keep up because of a network and stuff like that. Like,
I'm
it would
intrigued how it's gonna look on the Series S. Like, are they?
be.
Because I see Ninja Gaiden isn't the best, and that Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, like it's iffy.
Iffy.
But I'm gonna buy it digitally and get the physical because Ninja Gaiden's all. People need to support that fucking franchise.
Yeah.
Like, if this sells well and then 4 sells well, we're definitely gonna get more. I hope they remake 3 as well, because you can't just have 1 and 2. You need 3 as well. But no, there's some other things that come out of that. I can't remember off the top of my head, but no, like it is a good year for games. We've got Avowed coming out next month in a couple of weeks,
Xbox.
2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, you can buy it physically in JB and that, but there's no disc in the steelbook.
That's what it was. It was Avowed. That's what I was thinking of. They like had the steelbook for it, but then it's like, oh, by the way, there's no disc. It's just a cut.
Like, I'm still gonna grab it because it's steelbook, but you get a fucking code in a box.
If it was a PlayStation
Why even have a
copy,
steelbook? Just have a normal case at that point,
I don't have a need because I don't have an Xbox. So
right? Yeah, you can do it on PC though. So
yeah, I don't think my PC would be able to play that.
it might. It's Obsidian, so it wouldn't be. It might be demand. It might be demanding. I don't know.
Because I was just barely able to run Starfield.
Oh yeah, but anything can barely run Starfield.
Mm.
Even my Series X could fucking barely run Starfield. So
I guess something else I want to talk about. I don't know if I want to do. I think I want to talk about the pickups first, and then go on the other thing I want to talk about because something that I was going to talk about a little while back, but it's now relevant. I can segue things in, so I'll talk about that. But I think I might go to the pickups because we're about a little bit in. My camera's glitching out again. I did tell you, I did show you the pickups anyway. But for everyone that's listening, watching, whatever, I decided to get the PS5 copy because me and Jim have it on PC, but we haven't really been playing on PC.
Oh.
But I was like, I'm gonna get it anyway because it's cheap, and then I might
Never
try and
can
play
play
it
on
on PS5. But Small Lands finally picked up Small Lands
Yes.
for the PlayStation now, so I can play it on the PS5. Which, like I said, I've had it on the
Fucking
PC.
cheap, wasn't it? When you get it from.
Yeah, it was 19.
Yeah, it was fucking.
But I feel like it would look a lot nicer on the PS5 compared to my PC. But
Oh yeah.
we got it day dot on PC. We were like mad for that, but
Also, it was early access. So.
yeah. But I mean, it's good to support companies, so it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's not,
Yeah,
and it's
I
just having
freaking double dipped and bought it.
So yeah, so Small Lands, play that at some point. Maybe when Jim's finished with his Ark grind and he wants to play something similar but different.
I would say it's similar. It's definitely fucking different.
but it's still that kind of
That
concept.
game's a lot more hardcore. That fucking
Mm.
small land.
And the other game I picked up, which was Dustborn, picked up as well. That was pretty cheap. So
Ooh.
yeah,
Is that in a box? Is it? God dang.
in a box?
Nice.
In
Yeah,
a
just
box.
don't let the whingers see it.
I know people get. Oh yeah, there's some people like Eddie. Um,
Oh, is he fucking one to complain that it's woke? Like, God
yeah,
dang
yeah,
it.
he's one of them. He won't stop going on about it. But yeah, it actually looks nice to me. Like I've watched gameplay and stuff.
There's a thing. You don't have to fucking play it.
But like that's the cover there, front of it.
Pretty good cover,
nice.
isn't it? Really.
And there's actually it's a flip cover, like a flip cover as well, or an inside at least. It's like a comic book. So,
I think that one's better. Yeah. God dang.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh, they even give you the classification there as well. Like
It's like
MA
it's like a
on it
knockoff.
too.
It's their RT because the company that made it. But it's like a joke on the
Oh.
classification. Like it's a.
I thought it was an MA for me because it was just big red square.
But yeah, so yeah, no, he's been going. Oh, like okay, and like, but and it's funny because he sent me a video today, randomly talking about because like Oni Plays was playing it, and I'm like, suck shit, because he loves Oni Plays. So I don't know if I didn't watch the video. I don't know if they enjoyed it or not, but they put their Let's Play up, and I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. And I'm like, I don't see anything wrong with this. The game looked fine to me. Like, just
The
enjoy
game
games.
looks fine. Like I'm gonna pick it up too. Like I do want to play it.
Yeah, it's cheap at the moment, 29. So it was cheap.
Oh, that's not freaking
I
bad.
don't know if it's still on special or not, but that's why I grabbed it 29
Yeah.
for the bundle. The map is pretty cool.
Nice.
Like it's actually like an actual map, so it's pretty cool. Like, yeah, I'll grab that.
Like how Skyrim does it and stuff. Like
Yeah,
how Bethesda do maps.
yeah, it's a nice map. So
And Rockstar, how they do their Red Deads
Yeah.
and GTAs.
I was like, no,
That's
I was
fucking
actually
cool
intrigued by
as.
this. It looked interesting, and it's
Yeah.
it's a bit like a Telltale game meets.
I think it's more of a like you don't have much gameplay. It's more of a story-driven.
because it's like Telltale's meets Life is Strange.
Yeah.
So that's I was like, that's pretty cool. I like those games. They're nice. I
I
like
think
the
it's more of a
Telltale games.
QTE thing. Like
Yeah. I love that kind of stuff.
Again.
And, yeah, and I'm like, I like that because I did like Road 96 and like
Mm.
I've done like Life is Strange games and like other like, and I love all my Telltale games. So like, I was like, it's right
I
up
mean,
my
as
alley.
much as I don't like Life is Strange, I can still appreciate what they've done. Like,
Yeah.
I just wouldn't go. It's woke. It's
I'm like, it's not. People just bullshit things and then misinformation, and it just becomes this
because
label
they
because people get.
doesn't like them. Like because they don't like something doesn't mean they have to.
I know.
It's
He
someone
gets-
else not to like it. You like.
I know. He goes on about. I'm like, okay.
I don't go to you like, Fortnite. Like.
Yeah. It's just like frustrating.
That's what I hate about the internet because, like, I saw Dustborn. I looked at the trailer, then I read comments, which I shouldn't have done.
Hmm.
It's like, well, they clearly not going to play it, but they got an opinion on it.
That's it. And that was like
Yeah,
fucking. That was like bloody Wolverine as well. Talking with Eddie about Wolverine, he goes, "Oh, I hope it's good. Everyone's saying bad things about it." I'm like, it's not even out yet. It's just leaked shit. Why are you going on about leaked shit? That's not even legit leaked stuff.
Like alpha gameplay is not even
Like, half the stuff that's supposedly leaked stuff are people that have like modded games and gave them like Wolverine skins and textures, and then we're like, "Oh, this is Wolverine gameplay." It's like, no, it's not. It's clearly bad mods. You can see what game it's from.
There's Wolverine gameplay out there, but it's you can tell it's alpha because the animations aren't complete.
He just
The
gets
stuff is not
himself
complete,
worked up and just like puts his two bobs worth in. It's just, and he's just like all those other people. It's just like, why get yourself in that track? It's like you don't know until it comes out. Like I know because
I
it's
think they
something
did a
that
naughty with that footage because I had it on stream showing people.
Huh?
The league. Thankfully, my VODs don't go up, but like at that moment, I could have got fucking done by.
But like I know
for
it's gonna be good though.
For showing leaks.
I know it's gonna be good. I'm keen for Wolverine. It's Insomniac. It's gonna be fucking great.
Well, it's gonna when it's finished, like.
So it's gonna be great. It's gonna be good either
It
way.
looked good
Like,
for that, like what they were showing, like.
Well,
Well,
the
they didn't
mechanics and
show
stuff,
it,
yeah.
but, like the leaks.
Well, what do you got
Like
anyway?
the fact that they got dismemberment, the fact that it's third person over the shoulder, like you can actually get in and like.
But like that's like he was going on about too. It's like, oh, I hope they have dismemberment of things. I'm like, what does it matter to you? He's like, oh, I hope it's like kind of like Deadpool Wolverine. I'm like, what do you mean like Deadpool Wolverine? Like, he says these things. I'm like, do you even know what you're talking about? Like,
You mean like the Wolverine game, like from
Yeah, like you want
Then
that.
again, that didn't have dismemberment. Like you could take things off, but it wasn't
Mm.
full dismemberment.
Like I don't know what I don't think he knows what he's talking about half the times. Like I'm at the end of the day, like I feel like I'm more because like I'm a big Marvel fan, and I've like dug through lore thick and thin of like Wolverine,
I'm
Spider Man,
like
like
obsessed with.
for me like I'm an obsessed Spider Man fan, and like how they've done the narrative and changed characters' story plots, they've
And
done
I
it where
told
it
you, Craven in
works.
that was way better than that
Mm.
fucking bullshit
But
movie.
like I said, how they did the whole Venom thing, where they went away from the. But I did like how they teased that because at the end, those that of course
Yeah,
haven't played it, they mentioned the G serum, and I'm like, that's clearly that's going to be the Goblin serum, because it's going to be like that's where they're going to tease it to. But I liked that the fact that they went down the route of the symbiote instead of being straight to goblins and the whole goblin thing happening. They went to the Venom symbiote, and then they had like they said, they made reference to that the Soldier Venom where
yeah.
he's wearing the suit, and it was actually like the Soldier Venom suit. Like they made fun of that. Like they made reference to things, but it made sense to what was going on, to why it happened. Like from normal Spider-Man comics, and I'm like taking up what you're going to show next, but like,
All good.
but like they actually did this really well. Like it's not too one to one to the comics, but at the same time, it is kind of one to one to
It's
the
their own
comics.
thing.
Yeah, like it's very weirdly done. Like it's nice how they
They
complemented
kind
it.
of took the idea and did their own thing with it.
But like it's not so drastic where like
That's how
the
it should
Marvel
have been.
movies were like, oh look, this is Taskmaster, but it literally wasn't Taskmaster. It was just someone that would like just happened to look like them, and it wasn't Taskmaster at all. But like where this takes the liberties like properly, like they really
Yeah.
do everything right, and that's why I'm like I like what they've done with this and how the story's going, and I'm really
That's why I said
invested.
when you play 2, Craven, you're gonna love Craven so much in that
Well,
because
like
it
how
is
they mentioned,
Craven.
like you go through the clues and you find like clues of his brother existing, and he's like watching and stuff and observing.
Yeah,
So
the
like
lizard chameleon dude. Like,
yeah, Chameleon. So they're teasing him like he'll make an appearance for the next one. But like you go through all the audio files when you're collecting the challenges, and you hear him talking about his family. You see his wife is concerned about the children,
mm-hmm.
and the children are fighting for the reign, and he's just like, I'm done. Like I want to fight because I'm dying either way, but I want to go out on my terms. So he's trying to find the challenge to fight. But then his children are like trying to get the wealth, and they end up killing each other. But it ends up being him taking them out. Like it's this whole feed against the family. Like it's just
Yeah.
like and like that's Craven. Like that's how fucked up it is. Like that's what his
I
dad
mean,
was
we
like.
can talk about Spider-Man 2 stuff anyway because it's been out for a long time now.
Mm. But like I like how they, and then the fact that Craven was actually killing off characters as well. Like he killed
Oh
Scorpion.
yeah.
Like he actually killed
And
off
the
like
way
the
they did
Vulture.
it was so genius. Like, it was a cutscene. Like, he just went through and just demolished.
Like that fight with Scorpion where he like snapped the tail off and then stabbed him with his own tail.
Yeah.
The spike, this is the thing. Like they really captured, because Craven, like the most Craven visual we have besides this new movie was in the original Spider-Man 1990s cartoon. And Craven, more or less, more in a sense though, he did the hunt, but he worked with all the bad guys, and even in the comics, he
Yeah.
in more in a sense worked with a lot of the bad guys because he was part of the Sinister Six, which therefore he teamed up with like his brother
But he's
Chameleon,
not in
or he teamed up with
Insomniacs.
but Insomniacs, we saw their Sinister Six at the start in the first game, but then you go through the information and you see that he killed Vulture, he's killed Scorpion. I don't know who else he's killed because it's so, but like he's
He
actually
killed
gone like
Rhino, I think, is what? Didn't he?
later on. I think he gets changed later because that was in the second game. No, it was second game. No, yeah, second game.
Because like I remember, like they set up the Sinister Six, and then 2 comes out, and Craven just murders them.
But like the thing, like you defeat them in the first game, like they start to form the Sinister Six. You defeat them, they all go to the raft, locked up away, and then the second game, like he's actually getting them, like trying to like free them so he can hunt them down. Like you cure Lee, for Christ's sake, and like how they did that. Like I knew where they were going as soon as like they reintroduced Lee in this. I'm like, because the fact that we had the symbiote and we had Lee, I'm like, this is how they're gonna do the anti-venom. Like this is how they're gonna. I knew straight away. I'm like, this is really good.
it's
I
fucking
see,
good, isn't it?
and like how they did it, where they had like the surge and it like purified the symbiote. Like he still existed, but it's better than the because how the comics did it.
He could control it better. Like,
Yeah, because in the comics, it's so because like comics do stuff, but the comics do things so stupid sometimes.
comic makes no sense most of the time.
The comics will go, okay, we've got the symbiote. We've synthesized a version from that with an anti. This is how we made anti-venom. It's like it's so dumb how they created it,
It's
but how
because
this
comics
happens.
don't have to follow every comic. Like they can be a one-off
Yeah.
thing.
So it's
where
like stupid
that
ways.
can't. Like you
Yeah.
have to make a narrative around.
Like, because in one version of the comics, Deadpool creates the black suit. Like, it's not even like a Venom suit, it's literally a black suit. And it's created from Deadpool. But then in another version, the black suit is the symbiote suit. So it depends on where you go by in the comics on the original origins of these suits. But, like, I like how they did that because he was infected with it. They found that he still had symbiote in his body, even though he separated from it. So they had to dig it out of him, like, to cure him. And what ended up happening, like, say, Lee used all his powers and zapped it out of, like, neuralized it, but then converted it because it was his negative powers twisted the symbiote and cured him. But then created the anti-venom, which was great. Like, I like the idea of that. Like, that actually makes sense. Like, what Insomniac have done things where it actually makes sense more so than the comics and have better lore than what the comics have done. And this is coming from an actual, like, Spider-Man Marvel fan. Like, I've been obsessed with Spider-Man lore my whole life.
This is like the best Spider-Man writing.
That's what I was like. That's what I'm like. I'm really
like,
keen to see where they go with it. And they, like I said, to give it to, like, to make the fact that Harry was ill, and it, not the fact like it was his mother had passed, like, because they kind of always had that there, but it was more in the fact that it was the mother that had the goblin disease, not the father. So that's where they kind of played with it. And I like that idea to make how the mum died because she had that infection, like that disease. So instead of the dad, which made him go crazy. So I like how they made that twist, and then Harry's got it because you never really saw the mother. The mother was never really there.
No.
So she was like non-existent. So it was always the father and the son, but then, you know, crazy and crazy. But I like how they took the idea from the mother's side of it, kill her off. He's got the same thing. They're trying to resolve that. The venom was the symbiote was the way they're going to use it. And I like how they use that in defense to make sense how Connor's lost his arm. Because they were like drastically, oh, it's got my arm, just shoot my arm off. Like, that was a bit drastic realistically at the top, but at the time, he didn't know what it was, so they said, let's just cut my arm off.
Right.
Like, but they added that to make sense to how he lost his arm.
How fucking good was that Connor's fight in that sewer?
Like, they just did everything that made sense. And then, like, the fact that because Craven had made an ultra serum of the thing, which juiced him up, so that's why he became this bigger version of the lizard, the more twisted, broken version. I'm like, they really did everything so fucking well to make everything make sense, and it actually makes sense. Like, it works.
That's why I told you, like, my favorite piece of Spider-Man media ever now is those Insomniac games, because things just flow so well.
I still love the 90s cartoon. Like, I will always say Sun and Shine. Watch the 90s cartoon because it's really good content as well. But for anything game-based, to me, like, this is the best, like, out of all media, personally. Like, movies are good, but, like, this story arc shits over everything. Even, like, the live-action movies we've had. This shits over the story in this, just, like, it's crazy. Like, it's so good.
It's fucking good.
Like, I tell people, like,
I try to come up with the third one. It's gonna be fantastic.
Like, it's gonna be so good. Like, it's got a really in-depth story, and I like just seeing the build-up of, like, how the character became, like.
And they don't forget about characters.
No,
they're either not in Miles and they're in 2, and they're just done other things.
There's a reason to, like, where they're at or what's going on. Like, they're all.
Yeah, like freaking Connors.
Like the fact is, they made Martin Lee for this game. Like, he's not in a character, like, doesn't exist. They specifically made him for Spider-Man as the big villain, but then they used him as, he's such a key point, though. The fact is, he showed up as a bad guy in this. The incident that he has when he blows up kills his dad, which makes him become the way he is for Miles, but then ends up having a story redemption arc, and he that creates the anti-venom. Like, they had that from the beginning. Like, they made a character.
I also reckon,
like,
Marco's gonna be in 3.
Oh, they're setting things up. Like, we're gonna see a goblin or a hobgoblin in 3. The goblins.
You need Sandman to help with that.
Sandman's gonna be there somewhere along the lines because they've actually visually seen him now. Because the first game they talked about him. This game we actually see him.
They had his voice clips and that, but yeah.
But like, we actually see a model of him when he was taken away at the start. Like, we see the chameleons. The chameleon's gonna have a reference. Like, he's gonna show up, do stuff.
Chameleon's good, right?
Like, huh?
Chameleon's good and bad. Like, he's
more of a bad guy, but he's neither here nor there. But like, there's a lot of characters
like, Insomniac might use him for both. Like, maybe.
And Doc Ock's still there, so like. But I'm wondering if we're gonna get.
No, Doc Ock. You didn't see him at all in 2, did you?
Yeah, at the end. He was at the end credits.
Oh, the end.
Because Harry comes talking to him, and he's like, "You know who he is."
Oh yeah, because.
But he doesn't tell him.
Doc fucking hates him. Yeah, hates Spider-Man.
He hates Spider-Man, but he likes Peter. But he knows Peter is Spider-Man, so it's a really conflict. But he also hates Norman Osborn. So he's just like, I'm not going to tell you
Yeah.
shit.
Because I'm pretty sure he's gonna help
Sorry,
Spider-Man.
Norman. Yeah, it's going to be a weird thing. So,
Which can be weird because like Doc Ock really at the end of the first game he fucking hates Spider-Man.
I know. And that's the thing. Like, he hates Spider-Man, but then still likes Peter. But he knows Spider-Man is Peter. It's just like this whole. But that is Doc Ock though. Like, his psychosis is that
Yeah, because
fucked.
he knew he was Spider-Man, but when you were Peter, he was nice to him. He was
Yeah. So it's very convolutedly fucked. But like, I'm just like, I know,
yeah,
like,
he is like the best poker face player, fucking Doc Ock.
oh yeah. That's why I'm happy
Because
I'm
he
playing the game
didn't,
again.
because Peter didn't know that he knew he was Spider-Man until the end.
Well, that's why specifically I'm playing the game again too, because I want to go through all that because it was
You'll
such a
pick
good,
up all the things, yeah.
and I want to see the cross references of what was there and what's not. So, but no, it's
That's why I like interact with the best people to make them games.
that's why I can't. I'm keen for Wolverine. Like, just what they're gonna do with the story
Well, that's
there.
the thing. They're gonna set up Wolverine 1, 2, whatever.
Whatever
like,
they're
they're
gonna do.
gonna do.
But like, I'm just curious what their adaptation to the story is. Like,
I
what
can imagine them doing Wolverine and then maybe a Deadpool game, like Deadpool, Iron Man. Give us maybe a Hulk game, like something else.
Yeah, just give it to Insomniac. Honestly, just let them do Marvel. Like, so good. Like,
They don't miss. Like
yeah.
this is their whole history. They have never missed with.
There's been a
with
lot of
game
Spider-Man
adaptation.
games, but they've Insomniac have always done good. But the fact these Spider-Man games are so fucking good, like so good, it's crazy. But
Yeah.
anyway, we can come back to that for another time. I could always go on that all day with Spider-Man.
Right. We've done it many times.
I should just bring up my old book and just go through like have an episode where we just bring up the old info book and I just go through and flick through information, which is like.
That's why I couldn't talk about Spider-Man 2 because I'm like, you didn't play it for so
I know.
long.
I know. I'm like, I want to get it done. I want to do it. That's why I'm like, yep, I got the bug. It took with me to play through 2, and I finished it so quickly. I'm like, I need more Spider-Man. Fuck it, I'm going into 2. So, but anyway, what do you got? I went on for a spiel there for a bit.
A couple of old retros. One I didn't know existed, which was Ants Extreme Racing.
Yeah.
I was like, PS5. Looks like a 5, like when you put up like that, doesn't it? Like,
Yeah, the shape is solid.
but yeah, like this is a very mint fucking.
That's a good copy.
I am sad that that's a sticker, like over the because it's a
Different
UK
rating.
copy.
Yeah.
Because that's what PS2 was back then. Like some had proper ratings, some would just had an import from the EU. And yeah, like fully. Please.
That's nice.
I am sad that it's got a sticker residue there, but I could probably get that off with something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but fucking mint. But
That's
I haven't
alright.
checked the disc though. I haven't even tried playing it yet, but it's not too bad.
Still pretty good. Still pretty
It's
good.
one of the freaking blue discs.
Hmm.
Crazy how they did. Like some had blue, some had normal.
Yeah.
Under $10.
Fucking bargain.
It was like
Actually, the blue
around
discs,
10.
the blue discs were very early on in the release.
Yeah, because this was 2004 or something. Like,
Because they started with blue discs and then they
2002,
changed
2004?
partway through to the normal discs.
oh yeah, this was 2002. So yeah, early on.
One of the early releases. So that's even cool too.
But I am keen to play that at some point because apparently it's fun.
Mm.
And this one here, I bought it on PS2. So I'm like, oh yeah, this. So I couldn't find it on PS3 anywhere. Also, there's no trophies, but all 360 games had achievements.
Yep.
And Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. Because the PS2 version, don't play it. Play the 360 one. It's just a. But back then, every game had their own copy, which was weird. Like, you remember how the PS2 was totally different to the PS3's, 360, and vice versa. Like the Wii had their own compared to PS3, and it's like, but like, I am keen to jump into this. At
I know
some point.
it's just crazy that there's a wave that like that happened a lot with a few games. That the platforms had a game, even though it was the same like titled game, it was different. Like
completely different story, gameplay, like everything. It was still the same name.
Yeah, like one was a platform, but then one was a third person. Like, and another one was like what?
And I also had a piece of knowledge for you. Remember how the Ridge Racer games are on PlayStation, technically?
Yeah.
Do you know Ridge Racer 6 was only on 360? And then Ridge Racer 7 is only on PS3.
So like jumped over and then jumped back.
Like, okay. But
What
yeah,
they
this
can
is
do.
a nice, minty, fresh.
Nice.
There was a sticker on
Yeah.
a sticker here of the pre-owned one, but I actually got that off without doing any damage.
That's right.
Just a little bit of residue that's left on there,
That's all
just a
you
little
should
bit.
really have anyway. There
I
should
got
be
to
no
get off.
reason you should be able to pull it off with leaving that because it's disc.
Oh yeah, right. But I didn't know how thin the book was. Like, it's not that thin, but like, but then again, it's a nice
Hmm.
manual. 16 pages.
Yeah. I've so many games.
So yeah,
That's what I'm thinking about though. There's just making me think of all these old games that I've got that I've never played that I've just bought that I'm mostly now never going to play.
like
Like I got so many
I
games that I've
wouldn't.
collected over the years. It's just I may
This
get
is
to a
also
certain point and play them,
multiplayer,
but yeah.
like local multiplayer.
Or
Okay,
maybe one day I'll set things up a bit better and I will go back over my old games and play games that I've collected that have never played and that I will maybe play. Or
that's
I
not
just
just
won't.
my PS3 collection. Like that's all just
I
chilling out there, like 100 odd games, 200
like
games, and just going through now and just playing
the
one
fact
by
alone. Well, I
one.
was saying that I've got games on Xbox One that I have that I've never
Yeah,
played. I've got games on
right.
PS5 that I bought that I've never. I've got games on PS4 that I bought that I've never played. Like I've got games to just collect games that I'll play someday, but
That's what I mean. You buy them because they're cheap, and then
mm,
you play them one day.
if like
If Yeah, because there's a lot of. That's what I was talking last night about it on streamers. Like, I'll be happy if games took longer to come out. Like,
yeah,
just delay games now for like 6 months to a year. Everyone's
like
got backlogs.
yeah, there's so many games.
Polish
Like
them up. Just delay shit. I don't care.
the fact that I've got Reckoning, Kingdom of Amalur: The Re-Reckoning. I own that on both 360 and Xbox, and I've only
Yeah, that
played like 20 minutes of both.
funny you say that. Because remember how I bought it for PS4, and then I got the PS3, that new PS3. It come with the PS3 version of that.
And it's not going to be a game I don't think I will ever play, even though I bought it twice.
It's a good game, apparently.
Just it is
Just
kind of
will you play it?
it is
It is a
kind of
short game, though,
it,
which is
oh, that's
nice.
not bad then, but it is kind of dated. It's like janky-ish.
Also, you fucking janky. They like. I tried playing Prince of Persia, the 2008 one.
Oh,
People love that game. It handles so fucking
at
shit.
the time it was a good game. Nowadays, no.
I was trying to do a wall run, jump to the next wall, jump, jump forward, jump back. What? The jump from one wall to the other.
Yeah, you
I
used to
was
be able
playing
to
the
do
Forgotten Sands. There's delay with every input.
it.
It feels like you're walking through molasses. Like,
Play on the original system.
yeah. On
Yeah.
PS3, I'm just like, it's still not a bad game. Like, I'm still gonna play it and
But
platinum it.
you
But
used to more games nowadays that have more inputs, so your reaction time is more responsive because everything's more responsive now. Where back then you played the slow sluggish because that's how everything was.
no, this is worse because I
Yeah.
played games from the same fucking that same year nearly, and it ran way
Mm.
better than what Prince of Persia
But
did.
you learnt how things operate, so you did things. So you go okay because the response time to jump. So you time your jumping sooner, so you jump sooner than you normally would
Yeah,
jump in the
right.
game because you knew that's how it operated. Yeah,
Because
I
like I
know.
played older games than that Prince of Persia. That is just a very bad game. Like the whole game is like in half time,
Yeah.
nearly. Like it's we kind of need that remastered, remade at this point, just to make it better. Because we're getting the sands of time, right? That remake coming out this year, next year. I think it's
Some
next year.
sometime. By the time it comes out, the sands of time have passed.
right? Like because the Forgotten Sands takes place between that and the Warrior Within.
Well, I think this is now literally the Forgotten Sands. Like,
Like they should remake that, then do Forgotten Sands. Like they have if they're gonna remake the whole trilogy,
yeah.
right?
Just don't
They
forget
have to
about it.
put the Forgotten Sands in there, like in between 1 and 2.
Hopefully they remember to do it.
Just weird how they made that the game after like near a decade from the trilogy. Like because that was PS2. And then the Forgotten Sands was 2011, 2012,
They rebooted it
2010.
partway through, I think, if I
Yeah, but
remember.
it fits in between Forgotten Sands and Warrior Within. Like I why'd they do it that way? Because they rebooted with 2008.
Yeah.
And then they went with a sequel for the Forgotten Sands in 2011 or something. Like, what in the fuck? Then again, that reboot, that cell shaded does not hold up. Unlike Borderlands, which done it better.
They focused too much on Assassin's Creed because that's where it turned into.
Yeah, yeah, 'cause
Like
that's what killed
literally, they were making Prince of
Prince of
Persia, and
Persia. Yeah,
it turned into Assassin's Creed.
yeah, that's how
If
I
I
got
recall,
Assassin's
like
Creed.
the originally that first Assassin's Creed game was going to be a Prince of Persia game, but
Yeah,
because it wasn't set on the same, they're like, oh, we'll do it, and then they're like, oh, let's just rename it and do this
yeah.
whole.
Then they did the 2008 Prince of, and then that fucking failed.
So
And then they did the
theoretically,
Forgotten
the
Sands as
Assassin's
a
Creed
sequel to.
franchise was the Prince of Persia franchise.
Yeah,
Ezio Auditore was going to
gonna
be
be the
like
Prince.
the Prince of yeah. It's just crazy how they changed it last minute. Like
Like it makes sense when you think about that because of the parkour.
yeah, like everything was about because he had like the gown and everything. It was like it was meant to be in that story arc because it was gonna because they were originally going to do that whole modern era like assassin thing, but then they lost where they were going and that's why they killed Desmond off because the plans changed. But we all wanted a modern day, but then we already had stuff going on with that because we had Mirror's Edge, and then it was like this weird thing that was going on. They're like, oh,
It's just funny how now we're getting Prince of Persia again after all that time. And I did do some fact checking. You know that Sands of Time remake got announced in 2020? It's
yeah.
been 5 years.
And then they dropped a different Prince of Persia game.
Which is better.
Like that was
No,
more
that
like Prince of Persia because that's what Prince of Persia originally was a platformer.
was a side scroller platformer, yeah.
Yeah, that was more like the
Except they
original.
made that a side scroll platform Metroidvania
Yeah,
with the backtracking and the
yeah.
whole map connected. Yeah.
Well, that's because back in the day with the old platforms, you couldn't really double back. Weird.
No,
But
I mean you
you
could
could
because
save.
Castlevania did it, and
Yeah, that was before then. It was very primitive.
yeah, because Prince of Persia is the longest running stealth thing, I think.
Yeah.
Not stealth, but like the longest. It's Ubisoft's longest running thing because that was 30 years ago.
Like it was literally primitive textures back in the day when they first started. Like it was just like blocks and blocks, one
Yeah,
color block. It was just like
I think that predates Mario even.
it's like yeah, it's like because it's like pitfall textures, polygons
I
and
know,
blocks.
but like because same as Ninja Gaiden, that was 30 years ago too.
Hmm.
Ninja Gaiden's on the fucking SNES back in the day. Like
And that was different as
that was
well.
the same thing. Like that was 30 something years ago.
And that was a platformer as well.
And then it got rebooted into that Xbox one, like the
Hmm.
original Xbox,
Hmm.
and still going to this day.
Yeah.
Ninja Gaiden 4, baby. I'm keen for that.
Crazy.
Fuck, I had a massive fucking din-dins. My God. Had roast pork and roast veggies.
I might as well bring it up now
And
so I don't forget
I had
about
so
it.
much. Fuck.
Get so much. I had a sanger dinner. Sanger
A singer
and,
dinger.
and potato
A
salad.
singer dinger.
Sanger dinger and some potato salad. So fucking good.
Ooh.
Sausages on bread.
We could do a potato salad like Auntie Donna, and they did the thing and put like you always got want more potato salad.
Right?
I could eat that shit for days.
Potato salad with egg. Potato salad with bacon.
You want some more mayonnaise?
Some mayonnaise. I will talk about this because I didn't talk about it. I didn't bring it up because got distracted. Yeah, no, I don't recall showing it. I don't recall showing this.
Oh, the Wizard of Oz.
So this, I got this back. Basically, I had these ready to go and talk about on the first episode of this season, but we had Raven and got distracted, and we didn't really do much of it.
Oh snap! That was a long time ago. Jesus.
Yeah, so they actually had these when you got your season pass tickets. So we ended up getting that. It was a whole rigmarole. It was around Christmas. So it was like a Christmas present, but then it's a weird thing. But when you bought your big like season pass, they gave these out. So I actually got like 4 of them because one each.
It sounds weird to say season pass, doesn't it? Like,
I know.
You think a season pass is like a game season pass?
I know, but no, it's a commemorative coin. They're pretty cool though. Like a nice gold
Yeah,
coin.
that's fucking cool as.
Got that green emerald in it.
I wouldn't open it though, because hell.
But yeah, so got 4 of those. They're pretty cool.
That's cool as.
Exclusive collector coin. So there's a nice little bonus added to buying your.
Did you grab the
pass.
4K movie of that?
Yes.
The steelbook?
Yes. So that was the thing I want to talk about as well. That was a bundle I got for Christmas. So I had it, and I couldn't talk about that for a while because I'd got it for Christmas, and I was sitting on it.
You would have heard on there.
Yeah. So I had to keep it quiet for a bit until Christmas came, and I got it that and shit like that. So that was pretty cool. So it was a nice steelbook and a whole bunch of stuff in that. So that was pretty good.
I do want to grab that because it's a good fucking thing.
Mad though. After I bought it though, it went on sale a couple of times, and I was like,
it went on. Yeah, for like $60, I think.
Yeah, I paid like
$20, $15, yeah.
But
like, what is it now? I think it's coming in even lower than that now.
Depending on what time like sales are on.
Yeah, sales.
But I wanted.
That's one thing I'll commend JB for. They've always got constant sales, like 2 for 1.
But apparently, if they have those sales within the close time when
down.
you buy something, they can do a price match and reimburse you. But I was like, oh.
Oh yeah.
It was just too much of a hassle.
I mean, it's not really worth the hassle.
No, but the fact it was a Christmas present, and I was like, it's too much of a hassle. I didn't want to like have to bring it up to them and around Christmas time, and I was like, I can't.
Right? Yeah.
Like.
Oh, but did you see that Wicked's got a thing coming too? So you can get that as well.
Yes. Next month.
I still don't know why the Never-Ending Story has a $200.
I know that weird full box set.
Like, it's cool, but I'll just buy the normal one of that, I'm guessing. I mean,
but,
I wouldn't mind the big, like, 5-disc set. Like, god dang.
But the coin was to promote the precinct that they opened. It was pretty cool, the precinct. So
yeah,
it was where the old, which used to be the Lethal Weapon ride at Movie World, which then became the Arkham ride. They took that down.
The Lethal Weapon ride didn't last long.
It was there from like the 90s, something.
Oh, which one am I thinking of? The Arkham one then?
The Arkham one, yeah. That was a little bit less.
Yeah, the Arkham one.
So it was.
I remember the one when I was 29.
Reskinned it to the Arkham ride. The Arkham
Joker
Asylum
one.
ride.
I wanted to do that, but I couldn't.
It's the little one where your legs dangled.
I tried to get on that, but because someone had a family pass, and of course you could just usually just go in there and take people with you.
Yeah.
But not that one time I couldn't get in there. It's like, fuck. Like, I'm not from here. Like, I can't just get a thing.
Yeah.
It's stupid how they make that rule. It's like, hey, look, these people are from another state. Like,
I know.
Usually you can just walk in there with a family pass.
Yeah, I know. They made it more like you have to have a specific like day entry or something stupid now. It's all convoluted.
Like, they're not really losing any money on it, really.
I know,
they're still making money in there.
But no, they have the Wizard of Oz precinct, which was pretty cool because they basically turned it now as like it's Emerald City.
Oh.
And yeah, you're walking into that, and there's the whole castle.
Have you got the Yellow Brick Road?
Yes, there's a little yellow brick road you walk around on. All set stuff, and they got the 2 rides there, which were pretty good though because, the Kansas like the Twister ride, you walk through like and you see like the old house, like Dorothy's house, and you walk through that, and then you go through and you get to the ride in the barn and stuff, and then you ride like the tractors, like they're pretending to be like thrown around in the Twister. So it's like
that's cool.
Track. Yeah, so they're in a
dual race. Go around going up.
Yeah, well, they dual race through tracks. It's like woo, like you're like you would be thrown around like in a Twister kind of thing. So you go forwards and then you do the track backwards. So like future forwards and then it's really cool.
I thought they would have went like going up and around then back down. Like that'd be cool. That would
like
be
all
cool,
over the place. It kind of like pulls you around like a Twister realistically would in a sense.
Because twisters put you around, like they go round.
It kind of pulls you and throws you. It's not really
Mm.
round and around like they depict. It's a bit different. And then the other one, which was the Witch's Castle. So when you go to that, you kind of go through the dark woods, like there's like a whole poppy field thing that they have set up, and you go through like these dark lost woods, and then you get through, and then you get to the like an outdoor section. You walk through, and then there's a castle, and then you jump on the ride, which is kind of like the newer version of the old like Arkham Lethal Weapon ride. So it's still a feet dangler, but it's a remodeled one. And then you race through, like you come out of the castle, and you're meant to be like flying monkeys, and then you fly around the
I'd be
track. Kind of thing.
paranoid of the feet danglers because they can be ripped off in a second if
Yeah, no,
something
it's
goes
not bad.
wrong.
Like it's pretty good. So.
I've seen things happen. It's like
Mm.
people died on rides like that. It's like, but usually it's their error as well.
Mm. But no, so it's kind of cool how they've done it to at least incorporate these two new rides. But
Right?
the last couple of weeks, so I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but there was the Doomsday ride. So they had a villains area, which is just down. Have you ever been into Movie World before? Not really. So they have like a
Cool.
down the back there's like a Wild West area, and just before that there was an old villains area. Still technically there to a point, but they had like this big Doomsday wheel. So it was like Doomsday because DC, so it was like DC villains. So you had like
Oh,
all the kind of
I was thinking
Bizarro
that Doomsday movie. That was weird.
and they had like Bizarro and all these character things there, and you had like interactive stuff and animatronics were in there. It was like a city space, and then in the middle there was the Doomsday, like the bad guy Doomsday, the character, and he had a ride which is like a giant wheel kind of thing, but it had like the two arms, and they did a full like 360 rotation. So they had two sides, and they
Oh,
both did like a full 360 rotation in the air, so you'd go upside down and like swing them like like arms, so it'd be like
Jesus.
woo woo kind of thing. So you'd have like
Yeah.
the capsule there, and then it would be like up and fully around, not just like I can't fully rotate, but like like a fan, like a fan blade, I guess. One blade, a fan blade. And it's just they just spin like so you'd go upside down like a car wheel or whatever. And but that ride continuously since the date from day dot when they installed it, like had always had issues. So it always like something would jam up, or there's one time where the arm got stuck upside down and people were stuck upside down, and like it got another time it got
Jesus.
stuck in an
See,
awkward.
that's fucking dangerous,
Like
right
there's
there.
things that
Like,
just happen, like it just get jammed, and so many different times where it was either down for maintenance or just not operating, like since they just couldn't be bothered dealing with it, or then it was operating for a bit, but it was only on for a short time, or it would just like malfunction. So it's always for like I don't know how long it's been there now, but like mostly like like maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 years it's been there, maybe 10 years it's been there. But like it constantly has had issues the whole time, and only like
Jesus.
the last week they put up that area and they've kind of fenced off the area. And there was a photo I saw today
Oh,
that
so we've done for a while then. Like, god dang.
today I saw a photo they've actually pulled the whole thing down. Like it is they've finally gotten rid of it. The
After a
full
fucking near decade, like, come
yeah,
on.
it's finally pulled down. The whole wheel's gone. They brought up the floor because the floor dipped down as well, so like so it could do the full rotation swing. The
Oh
floor
yeah,
dipped
otherwise
down.
the hand wouldn't fit. Like,
Yeah, so when it swung, it would like the ground needed to be lowered. So that's now boarded up completely. So they've boarded up, so it's just a flat area. Everything's covered up, all the holes. They've disassembled everything. I'm like, that's crazy. But there was rumors that they're gonna scrap the whole area because the whole area went to shit because the area was an AR interactivity like area because you'd buy a bracelet
oh yeah.
and you'd tap the machine and you'd interact with the machine. And the funny thing was, so all the interactive games, they ran off Kinect. So they had the Kinect cameras, and that was the AR technology they used, were
Yeah.
Kinect cameras. Which,
Oh, like the Xbox Connect.
yeah, literally was the Xbox Kinect. Like everywhere you
That's
looked.
the worst thing to fucking use ever.
Yeah, well at the time, it was supported, but clearly Xbox gave up on it, and it no longer was supported with anything. Like that was the AR technology
The
camera.
Connect thing's dead. Like, no one uses
Yeah,
that.
and that's why the whole area basically became obsolete because the cameras were no longer supported, so it wasn't like mocapping people and tracking people anymore, like because it wasn't supported. So they ended up just having for a while there, the animatronics would just play, they wouldn't detect people, and then the games where they had like the mantis like destroying cars, like they just turned that system off and just had the TV screen playing like broken building on fire because the AR machine didn't work anymore. So you couldn't jump around and dance in front of it and pretend to punch and break
Yeah, they
cars and
didn't
stuff.
change it. They just left it there and just turned it off.
Yeah,
Like,
they just left this. So for a long time, they just had these TVs playing like fire on the screen, like the buildings are burnt, like the windows are on fire. Like that's what they've had running the whole time. So it's wasted electricity just to kind of make the effect work because things weren't doing anything. And
But they should have tore it down.
but now they've taken the Doomsday Ride down, which the speculation is they're going to rip all that out because there was like different, because there's different setups for things, and one of them they had was like an ice truck, like a truck was spooling at water, but it had like Captain Cool on top, and he was like freezing it, like 'cause he was like a statue. Well, that Captain Cool, like he's no longer there. Like that statue of him standing on top with his guns going like shooting out, and he used to like let off a little bit of steam. There they got like he's no longer sitting on top of the truck. So I don't know what happened to him. So, but like over time, things have been slowly like being removed, and they decided they touched up a few things, but like clearly they're going to scrap the. I had a feeling they might scrap the.
But they removed stuff, changed things, and still kept it running, even though they should have just took it down the first time it.
So now they've finally taken it down, and I think they're going to scrap the whole area and put something new in, most likely. But it's just like they should have done it
from the start.
They should have done that like technically pre-COVID. That's how dead the area had been, was just before COVID. So like 5 years ago, they could have got started this like before COVID happened. That's how outdated it already was back then.
Yeah, they would have had time unimpeded to put something else there.
And but in that time they will end up working on the bloody Wizard of Oz precinct for the last 2 years. Because that only just opened Christmas. They rushed to get that open too. Because it was meant to be...
It's not done yet, then.
Like, they finished it, but they don't know protocol, like, how to... It's very awkward. You can see that they don't know how to, like, do certain things. They rush to get it all done and
I don't get, like, that's how shit happens. That's how bad things happen.
Also, like, in the sense of, like, the rides themselves are fine, but it's the area operation. You know what I mean? To make it, like... Which
still, like, it's...
The immersion
need to know how that runs before people go up.
Yeah, like immersion of the area, because like we had like when we went the other week, Al had the pram because they just ended up taking the stroller, should I say, said just so Max could jump in that, and there's like a wheelchair lift, and it was basically it had error faults where they had to call like the help desk to like come like unlock
error faults.
Yeah, like that's what I mean, like.
What?
Like it's a handicap chairlift, and it was faulty. Like it's having issue. Like operation user error. And no one knew how to like. We had to like call, and even help desk didn't really know. They came out like, oh, try doing this and that, and even like no staff knew like realistically like what.
Imagine if there was an emergency. You're fucking stuck there. Like
like it's like just try turning it off and on again. Like you should know.
Do they train these people for these things?
That's what I meant to say. Like the things weren't trained for protocols for just general like area.
They just chucked in with no one knowing what is happening.
Like okay, done. Let's just get open. Let's get it running. Let's just get everyone in to enjoy because it's the holidays.
If something happens, they don't know what the fuck's going on.
Like you don't know like proper protocols like where the doors are. Like it's more the protocols of like you don't know which doors go where. Like I feel like the staff won't know which doors are for like exits or which doors are easy exit. You know what I mean? Like they just get the vague run over, but not really shown. Where they got shown how to operate rides and run all that protocol, which is good. But like everything else is still important. Like you need to know where your entrances and exits are, where the best quick routes are, or where this is and that is. Because like you go in. Like, the other thing is too is you go into the Emerald City Hall, and the one thing I pinpointed out is you go into this hall. It's a very open hall, and then like it's really weird. It's like okay, like it could be an extra Q-base area in the hall, in the Emerald City, but like it's just open. You come through that big open door, like a sliding door opens up, and it goes into two ways, but it just goes into the open hall, and then at the end you have the two different doors for which you walk through for the different rides. But this hall is just there. Like you have the screen which has the Wizard of Oz on it, and he's like talking. Like he does, where he's like the big head, and he's like, what do you want from me? He's got that, they got that playing. But like, it's just an open hall space, though. Like, what is the purpose of this open hall? And then when you look around it, you look on the walls, the wall spaces, there's like there's pillars. So they've detailed inside it's like, cause it's like a hall, basically. But there's pillars in the hall. So where there's the flat wall space, every section of wall space has power plugs. Why do you need that many power plugs unless you're meant to have something there that clearly you haven't got there? Like,
Well, it's not for the general audience.
no, because there's like power, because you've got like pillar,
What would be there?
wall,
It's only meant to be a
PowerPoint,
head.
pillar, wall, PowerPoint, pillar, wall, like they're all in each point of the flat wall. There's PowerPoint. So in that hall,
Hang on.
there's
Is
like
it
8
four things
PowerPoints.
or is it 5 or 4?
There's like 8 PowerPoints all up.
Is it meant to be like the actual Tin Man that meant to be there?
Well,
Like,
I'm wondering whether it's meant to be guards or something, and they're meant to be plugged in, and they're animatronics, and should be standing there. There should be like animatronics in the hall, and that's why there's power plugs there, because they would have animatronics in that space. So you'd plug them in.
yeah, either guards or the
Yeah, because it's missing
Iron
something.
Man.
It's too empty.
It's got to be something there
Because
that they've just.
Because on the higher part of the wall, you have like these clouded dream space, and you see like the Tin Man and Dorothy and like the Cowardly Lion like on the top of the wall.
Yeah.
But that's above a person height. So it's like basically almost on the ceiling part of, like, it's not the ceiling, but it's high wall because it's a hall. It's a high hall. So the walls are high. So you have a section where that's playing, but then you've got these green walls with this big empty space, and at the very bottom you have power plugs in every section that are dual power plugs. So like you've got 8 of
I
them,
think
like
that's
4
meant
and
to
4.
be the Cowardly Lion and that. Like,
Well, anything. It could be anything. It could be
Maybe.
guards. It could be character. But like, I feel like it's just too empty. So people are just sitting around charging their phones and just hanging out there because it's hot. But I'm like, that's clearly not the purpose for that. Because if you're putting that in, that's clearly for the purpose of something else, not for people to wait
why are you
around in
putting
there
a
and charge
wall
their
there if
phone.
it's just for people to charge their phone? Like,
Yeah, like why would you put that? Why would you put that many power plugs? It's clearly not for people to sit around and wait in, because it's an entrance to a ride. It's not a waiting area, because like it's not designed for that. So clearly, I feel like it's meant to be something else is to go there, but they just haven't got it because they've rushed ahead to get it open. They hadn't had all the parts for it, but it's not really important because it's just extra decoration. But like, it's just weird. When I go next,
they're
I'll
trying
take
to
a
get
photo.
that extra money early on before kids go back to school and.
So next time I'll go, I'll take a photo of the hall. I don't think I've got a proper photo of the hall. But yeah, it's just weird that like, because they're in literally mirrored sides, because the hall is exactly mirrored where the power plugs are. Like there's something meant to be in that hall space, because the hall is just so open and empty.
Yeah, either guards or the
Mm.
main, like, something like.
And it would make sense to have animatronics leaning up against the wall and they're doing stuff and talking and moving. Like it makes sense.
Yeah,
because
especially
it's just
in the
so
start
empty.
of a ride, like to get the immersion
Because it
flowing. Like,
is very
except
very
people
empty.
are sitting there charging their.
Yeah, it's very very empty. Like very empty. It makes no sense. Like if they wanted people to sit around in that area, they would put chairs or stools or something. Like, benches. But no, it's literally just flat wall. People sit on the floor. Oh, there's a power plug. I'll sit next to it and plug my phone in. Like, that's clearly not for that. That's clearly for something else. Because if
Also,
it was,
why does your phone need charging when you get to it?
I know people just sitting around bored using them. I know they should be on enjoying the theme park, not on their phone. It's just
phone
it's
in
just-
your pocket.
But yeah, no, the fact that there's so many PowerPoints, like if it was one, I wouldn't be worried about it. But the fact that there's every bare section of the wall going through between the pillars, it's like PowerPoint, PowerPoint, PowerPoint. Like they've set that up for a reason.
Yeah, there's meant to be things there. Like, I guess we'll find out maybe 3-6 months, like if things are there or not.
Yeah. Because it's just so empty in that space. Like it's very empty.
But if it's animatronics, that should have been one of the first things made.
Who knows, honestly. But it would make sense
Because
personally.
they're already pre-made, like they're already done, and then you got everything else to go around it. Like, that's so weird.
And the Scooby-Doo ride will soon not be open again because that's been closed for 2 years for work.
Oh yeah,
They
fix
fixed
some old things maybe.
Rebuilding it, repairing it, and redoing the entranceway for that inside.
I wanted to do that Joker one so bad because it was fucking high and just went straight down.
Yeah, that big one's still there. That big purple one, that's still there.
Oh, is it the Joker one still?
It is the one that has the Joker face on it, but it's not the Joker ride. That's like the hero, like Rivals ride, the DC Rivals, which is silly because it's got the Joker's face on it. But then they had the Joker ride because it was the Arkham Asylum, but Joker ran the Arkham Asylum, so it's silly how they did it. Because it was technically the Arkham Asylum, but everyone referred to that as the Joker ride because he's let loose in Arkham Asylum, and so is everyone else. That's the idea of it. But like it was so obscurely like specific though, because the Arkham Asylum ride was literally based off Arkham Asylum from the game. Like Rocksteady's Arkham Asylum. Like it was,
Because that is the definitive Arkham Asylum is in that game.
yeah.
Like that's how.
Like you literally like it because you'd walk in there and they had these digital screens playing in those files, and it was literally like Killer Croc from that like on a display screen, and like the case files had like those specific like screenshots of like Harley and things like that. Like it was like specifically that. Like no
Put
other
out
version.
Scarecrow and
Yeah, even the statues they have like they had at the park when they had like the Joker sitting in like a T pose. It was literally the one-to-one like replica version of that Joker with the striped like purple suit and stuff. Like it was so
yeah,
random that like
the very lean Joker, like
yeah,
the thin Joker,
it was very weirdly obscure that it was
the Mark
specifically
Hamill one.
not just like a
Remake of Mark
Joker
Hamill.
and like any kind of Arkham Asylum. It was specifically
Mm.
Rocksteady's Arkham Asylum themed. Like I don't know if anyone else has had that. Like that was the crazy part. Like and they got rid of it. Like that's what's crazy to me. It's because you'd go in. I don't know if I've got the video for it still because I did remember recording back in the day, or if we can look it up, maybe look it up after. But you literally walk through it, and it was like you were walking through the halls of an asylum, and it had like jail cell stuff and like the security sign-in desk, and it had all this cool shit. Like it was really cool. Like it felt like you were walking through the asylum.
Right? Like
I have to look it up after the
at
podcast.
least that was finished.
Like it was really cool. Walking through that, and I said, I don't know if
But then
anyone said
again,
that.
they do prioritize Batman, Joker over everything
Yeah,
fucking
but
else.
the fact though that it just still bases me that it was the fact that it was specifically Rocksteady. Like it's just not just anything else DC. Like it's specifically an IP made by a game company. Like it was a game version theme park ride, like based off a video game. Like how many I don't know if there's many rides based off a video game. Like
I mean, there is, but not like that. Like
yeah,
Arkham.
yeah, like that
Yeah,
was very specific. Like that's just specifically to choose, not just like let's build Arkham Asylum. Like no, you chose to build Rocksteady's like video game version of Arkham Asylum. Like crazy.
right.
Like that's very specific. That's like building like a fucking if they someone decided to build a Spider-Man ride and it's based off of specifically Insomniac's like you
It would
know.
have to be right because that's got the best.
But like you could have any kind of cap. But like if you specifically, you know what I mean? You specifically
Yeah,
see like you know that version appear. Like that's specific, not just any Spider-Man. Like because you could generically make a Spider-Man.
right.
You know, just be like, oh, this is Spider-Man. This is what he looks like as a person. You know, Peter Parker. You could literally do anything. Like it's Spider-Man. There's no definition of how he should look and how he's designed. Like, but
No, because even Miles Morales is Spider-Man.
yeah, but
Even when Peter's gone, he is Spider-Man.
yeah, like it's one of those things. But no, it's just crazy. So wait and see what happens there with the progress of what they change in the park. Be interesting.
I don't know. See what they put there.
Be interesting what they're gonna do with the area.
Would it
'Cause
be
it's-
another Doomsday thing, or do you reckon?
I
Or
don't know if they
probably
do that. I
not?
feel like they might scrap the whole thing because it's just too much maintenance. And because, like I said, because it all ran by Connect and they've had it, that's no longer supported. That's all been scrapped. So they don't no longer do any of the AR stuff. None of it's turned on anymore. So
Yeah,
that's all scrapped. So they're gonna just, I'd say they're gonna get rid of all of it. They'd be better off doing that.
yeah. You start with something else. Yeah,
But who knows what they might go back to, if there's anything they might go back to, because at the park in general, like anything in general, like Beetlejuice has been getting a lot of love again, and specifically at the park back in the day, Beetlejuice existed, but he was more with the Gremlins ride, so he clashed with that,
yeah.
and they scrapped the Gremlins ride and they put the Scooby Doo ride in that spot, which is funny enough. Right next door from the Scooby Doo ride is the Doomsday area, so it's like it'd be kind of funny to be like, let's bring Beetlejuice back, all the Gremlins back, and like put it in that
I
area
reckon
because
Beetlejuice might go back there.
because
Just a new updated
something
thing.
yeah something cool and different because that would
Although
make
it
sense
would take years to get it back up, but
because Gremlins and Beetlejuice are iconic to Warner Brothers, you know,
Yeah.
at the Gold Coast. Like they've been bringing back merch and stuff with like the OG like designs of like Warner Brothers stuff on the shirts and
Right.
stuff, and it's like they're doing a callback to that. So it's like it would make sense if they did a new area attraction that was that, because it's a callback to the original like park really, which would be cool. But
I don't know that.
see how they
But
go
they
because.
needed to change things up, not have the same things always.
But it's because we do have like we had like the most recent Beetlejuice, but we do have like the new Gremlins coming. Got Gremlins 3, so that might spike interest. And then
I
we've also
reckon
got
that
like,
over Beetlejuice, yeah, because Gremlins, everyone loves
but
Gremlins.
they've also got like the Goonies,
Mm.
and then
Isn't there another one of them coming as well?
yeah, there's a new Goonies they're doing, and we're finally getting the Toxic Avenger. They're finally
Yeah,
releasing that this year.
that'd be interesting.
It's finally being released, like, and a lot of the stuff that they had shelved is actually being released. They're looking at slowly releasing everything. So,
Are we finally gonna get that Wally Coyote?
yeah, we're mostly going to look at finally getting that because there's another Looney Tunes movie that they're dropping. Is that Daffy Duck one? Whatever it was
Oh,
called.
that looks fucking good, doesn't it?
So we got that coming. So yeah, so we might
Daffy
finally get
Duck
that
one.
Wile E. Coyote one, and then who knows what might happen with fucking Batgirl if they
Oh,
decide
that's
to come back with
gone.
that. But
Yeah,
like,
that's gone.
so because that was in a weird area when they shelved that. But
Yeah. But also that was the actress's fault.
crazy.
She pretty much bagged the show and left.
Yeah, well after specifically once because they knew what was going on once they started shoveling it.
Yeah.
They did all that work and they shoveled it, and I wouldn't be mad. Like I don't blame her getting salty for it because he spent all that time doing
No,
all that
but
work.
still, like you just ruined your chance of going back for it. So.
Yeah, but no, I don't blame them though. At the same time, at the time when they were going for it, and just be like, "Oh no, we're going to cancel this now and shelve it." So it's like after all that months of time working and saying no to other jobs, to then be like, "Oh no," because you okay, you got paid for doing that, but when the movie goes out, that's more income you could have earned, but then you lose that, and then if that was the case, you could have gone other job that you could have done films for, which then could have made more revenue from. Like, it's
Right.
one of those things. It's just like it's fucked. So I kind of get where some of them come from. Like,
Yeah.
it's annoying. But yeah, at the same time, yeah, exactly. You know, in the future, who knows what could happen. You know, they might come back to it
Shot
now.
yourself in the foot.
But, you know, you never know with half these people when they shelve shit because most of the time they used to just shelve shit and that was
No,
it.
the
They
Warner
shelved it
Brothers
later.
stuff is weird. If they bring back that Wile E. Coyote after they ditched it for tax purposes,
Yeah.
you know, like it'd be
Well,
kind of a dick move to bring it back.
But that's what they did with the Toxic Avenger. That was the same thing too. They had at the film festival, they shelved it for tax purposes and it was never going to be released. And now here they are releasing in theaters. Like,
Which means I'm pretty sure if they try and do that again, they'll go, but look at your history.
yeah, because they
Just release the fucking thing.
yeah. So that's what I mean. They've literally turned around
You
now,
have nothing
and
to lose.
yeah.
If you release it, like you're still gonna make money.
I know,
in
like I don't
theaters.
know why they're gonna close it on tax purposes. Like you're gonna make money back. People are gonna see it. Like I'll see the Toxic movie. Like, fuck. I like the Toxic Avenger. It's one of my favorite characters.
Right? Like
This is weird.
it is weird because like
I don't get it. It was just because of the merger
because
thing.
apparently that Wile E. Coyote movie was fucking good.
Yeah, that as well. That's really good. Like it's been one of the best, apparently, like reviewed, like target audience margin hitter movies in a long time. But because they had to shelve some shit, like it was just unfortunate that had to be one of them. I'm like, why though? Like,
But I don't know why. Like, you're fucking kidding me.
it's just stupid. Just
It makes
fucking
no
stupid.
fucking sense.
Fucking,
Hey, look, this game that you've worked on and it's amazing, but you can either release it or shelve it. Like,
yeah.
makes no sense. But then again, it's Warner. It is Warner Brothers.
It's crazy. I don't know. It's just fucking.
It's weird.
It's just stupid.
The shit companies do just to
do
dodge
mergers, to like merge things or to buy someone. They go, oh, you want to buy someone, but then you got to like throw this out the window so you can. It's like what? It's like
Like,
you got it's like oh you want to it's like you want to gain property. That's why half these things like with like people firing staff. It's like oh yeah you want to get property, you like own these companies, but then you need to lower down the staff because the proportions. It's just like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? Or like, you want to buy this IP or this company, but then you need to lessen down these other studio divisions, and it's like, okay, shut this studio down so we can buy this. It's like, why even buy that studio then? If you're just going to shut down another, like, it's become redundant. Just all over the place.
I just hope we get that Wile E. Coyote one because like that was apparently so fucking good from what people watched
Uh,
of it.
but yeah, no.
But that is the stance of like they see like good games in front of them, but they go for the shit ones to release.
Yeah.
You have good movies, and you release the shitty ones, but ditch the good ones. Like
I know.
it's like just put them out there. People will gravitate to good shit.
I know. I think they did that because it was like because of X amount of profit, like worth. So then if they banked that into the thing, the vault, then that was taking more of a chunk out. So like, oh, we'll sacrifice that.
Back in the day, you didn't have social media to get a gauge on who liked what. You made a game, you released it.
Yeah, you did a movie, you released it.
You did a movie, you released it.
And if it was good, it was good.
Stop scrapping shit like this just because you don't think it's. Stop setting expectation of sales.
Yeah.
Like Dragon Age: The Veilguard, it sold well, but it didn't hit expectations. It's like so it failed. It's like expectation needs to fuck off.
I know.
Oh look, we just made it like $100 million or 200 million. It still failed.
Yeah, because they didn't hit their supposed target. I'm like, well, have you seen how many games there are? That's why half the problem is because so many games. Like that's why people like games aren't hitting, because there's too many games to play. People find their games that they're enjoying and sticking with it and playing the hell out of it, and then they finally move on. Like people will pick up like that, like Vanguard stuff like that, but like later because they're playing other games currently. That's like Days Gone was like that. People at the time, there were so many other games going on. People didn't buy Days Gone, but then later on they got onto it, and it's like people loved the game. It was just a late bloomer, like, and that's the problem with games. It's just some of them are late bloomers.
And it sucked because I played that pretty much near day one, and I loved it, and there's no sequel.
No, because it was a late bloomer, unfortunately.
There might be one now after their game got shut down. I go, hey, remember that Days Gone sequel you pitched?
So who knows? But it's just crazy.
Too bad the people who they want to do it aren't there anymore. I mean, probably some are, but the main one is not.
But no, what was it? Fucking. I'm gonna try and get them on the potty sometime if I can, or at least even if I can't get them on the potty, do a video with them for the potty, like an interview or something. That's my that art friend of mine.
Yeah.
Because I recently caught up.
I thought you were talking about Days Gone. I'm like, get the fucking director of the game.
No, that would be cool. Yeah. But no, I was just thinking because
he's salty as fuck though. So
my because I was like the other week I caught up with my art friend and it wasn't long enough. It was a brief catch up because I had to get Max from kindy, so I like went there like late afternoon, caught up, had a chit chat, and it was great. And I was like, fuck, I wish it was longer so we could actually had a full conversation, sit down, you know, had a coffee or something. It would have been great. But it was a pop over visit. But he's working on projects, and it was only like this week, this week basically. He went over, he flew up to America because he's working on a film project of his. It's just crazy. Like he's gone. Yeah, he was like at the California. He's actually at the studios there. He was like walking around the back lots and stuff because he's like talking to one of the producers or something. I don't know who it was. He was talking to someone. But I was like, damn, that's pretty cool though. Like, fucking working on stuff for his film project that he's working on. Like,
right.
That's picking up to the next game. Like, from just like
that's a
local boy just making, you know, local films to now like moving on to like possibly studio shit, like going overseas.
That's what people was like, hey, you got good ideas. People might see him and
like, and that's just crazy to watch him like go like from doing his art, like, because like I said, for me working with him in retail to then like him like going on what he did, like, and then get into doing his art, and then art's like blown up, and he's doing scripts and stories, and he's done his movies, and you know, and done all these things. It's like, it's crazy, like, it's phenomenal just seeing people like do shit, like,
right?
It's cool. It's like, just do shit.
Don't do shit. That's fucking cool, lads.
But yeah, no, it's cool when I went over. Like I said, showed me his little studio. It's like just crazy to walk in. It's like his room is basically a giant studio. Like
Ooh,
I was like, damn, it's just like this big like old house, but like it's just a studio. Like painting all his
right?
setup for everything. I'm like, just sit there for anything he wants to do. Like if he's gonna do photography or if he's gonna like do some paintings, just everything's everywhere. I'm like, this is a nice art studio. I'm like, yeah, this is nice. Like a nice art den. Like that's what I want my art space to look like. I want a nice little artist den everywhere. So there's all my shits everywhere. Like wherever you look, it's just
Right.
like, yep, get going, dig in, start painting. That's why I want.
But still, that takes time to even get
Mm.
set up. Like,
You just collect stuff and keep buying stuff over time constantly.
mm,
I got like a
right?
shit ton of shit out there, so completed paintings and I got eventually I got to find out like where I'm going to sell my paintings or find where I can
Yeah,
do prints and then sell prints even. And
yeah,
I can do it easier
prints,
because I could just do like digital store or something.
a
Because then
digital
prints would be
store.
cheaper.
Yeah. Wouldn't you have markets over there? You could just go set up, like, try and get a spot in the market and just sell your stuff.
Kind of different places to get fees and stuff.
Mm.
But it'd be cool just to be able to like find somewhere I can trust. Like if I find somewhere I get prints, then it'd be easier because then I could just sell prints. Because then I could just like them
Yeah,
around.
prints.
Because an
Yeah,
original
because
would
if you
be.
just get like just get a market spot and just set them up, people buy them, they buy
Because
them.
I'd sell prints cheaper because I feel like if I was to sell an original, it would be a lot more like for the original. Like
Yeah,
unless it's like
right.
a range of paintings that I do that are specifically designed as a one-off, then that would be original to be sold. But then I'd mostly do a print, like I'd scan it just for to have a print for myself, and then sell the original for a fair chunk.
Yeah,
But like, there's a big difference between like me selling an original that I'd be like, you want an original painting, but like it's a one-off, and I'm not going to do prints on it. That's going to end up being, maybe a $500 painting because the time and work that's
right.
gone in. You know what I mean? But then if I did a print of it, well, then I'd sell the
It's
print for
hard
like.
to.
'Cause that's the hard point because like if I do a large scale painting, if I'm going to sell it, it's going to be like $500-600. Like it is a one off painting. Like I've spent hours painting that, and it's really nice. But then if I did a
Right.
print of it, well then that's a photocopy. It'd basically just be the price of the canvas to make my money back. So then I'd go, okay, well,
Yeah,
I pay manufacturing costs like
but
$25.
you want a bit more on top.
Yeah,
You don't
so
just
if it's
want to
a
do one to one because
no, so if
you're
it's
not
like
making anything. You're doing it just to
hmm,
do the next one. Like,
so then it'd be like, if I paid $30, $25 for a canvas to be printed on, like that was the base cost, you'd sell it for like 35 or 40. So you made that a little bit back, but it's cheaper than someone being like, I'll pay $500. That's for someone that really wants it. That's to have it an original, not just someone to have an original to have an original. Like that's someone that really wants that piece. You know. And that's
right?
why
Exactly.
that's why I do get why people do charge like a little bit for their art. Like it does cost a bit because they say it's based per like size of the canvas, like its diameter, whatever it is, and it's because of time per diameter square. Like it's a whole process to it. It's a weird
Right.
way, but I do get it because you end up painting and you could spend hours and hours and hours
It's
on a
just
painting.
weird how this is the thing that's always bamboozled me. How you charge for artwork because
It's very yeah.
I don't know because some things are quick, like some things
Well,
are
that's
just
like when I do
they
a
happen very quickly. Like how do
like
or
digital
some can be
drawings, yeah,
dragged out. Like how do you
yeah.
charge shit like
Like
that?
that's why
Like
digital stuff.
it's
Like
so
I have a
difficult.
certain ratio. Like when I do my packages, it was like $150 to $200 because because most things would like ask for a logo. I would sell that for like usually $50 because it was a logo that they're either
Yeah.
going to use for a business. But then okay, if they're going
Right.
to use for a business, they're going to resell it. So I'll charge $50. Realistically, a logo is going to be more of a $20 thing. But if it's a business side, I charge 50 because they're going to be making money off that realistically because it becomes their logo for their shirt or their business cards. So they're
Mm-hmm.
using that constantly. So I put my charge on top of it, which isn't much. $50 is still pretty
Right.
cheap. And,
It's one of them things. Like I don't know. I would just hate to charge because like you would know.
I know, and that's why it is. That's why it is very tricky. But like, here's a small little painting I did.
Yeah.
Tweedle at the beach. So
Right.
that's tiny. But then I'm working on this piece at the moment, and it's still got a lot of work to do. but then this is larger. Like
Yeah.
there's a beach scene with like these, you know, storm clouds or whatever, you know. And there's still a lot of work going on, but like all the detail that's in it all, like that's you know, all that there to do all that with all the detail took me an hour just to do the clouds, basically, you know.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
like that's, you know, things take
So,
time.
do you charge by the time or like? Because then I think
Like,
you got to
and then, you know, and then there's all the
case by
detail, like
case,
trying to
but you
get like
can't
the,
separate different ones because you do them all by time base, really.
and like I
Because
said, and
the
this is
time
a
you put into it,
large canvas too, so there's so much surface space you're
right?
working on, and then there's so much
Yeah.
paint you're using as well. Like
Yep.
it's hard part because you want to be able to pay for your supplies to do it, but then it's your part, right?
It's a tough gig, like to sell art, to sell art, isn't it? Like so fucking bizarre. That's what I don't get, like pricing stuff.
And it's hard, and that's like I'm trying to talk so people can hear me. And that's like the other one I'm working on too. Is like but this is like a set piece. So like this is another hard point because it's a set. Like it's not just a okay, I can sell like a painting like that. It's a 1-for-1, but like it's meant to be a set.
Yeah.
Like, so like you know that's okay. That's like that does look like a completed piece. But then you realize that also too looks like a completed piece, right? But then they're not. Like they go together. They're connected.
Yeah.
So then that has to be sold together. But then it's not just. But then the worst problem is it's not just two. It's part of another set. So there's a third one. So the third one connects in. So you've got 3 you're gonna buy for. But then there seems to be a gap there because it's not 3. It's bloody 4.
It's 4.
So you're now stuck at not just buying like one big piece. You're literally buying 4 individual pieces that create one big piece.
But
You know
also,
what I mean?
people wouldn't buy it for us. Like they would, but like you can have them individually if you really wanted.
Yeah, like
to.
that's how I'm making like that's how I'm painting this. So I was thinking like this would be something that I'd mostly look at trying to do a print at, and I could do them individually, and then people can buy them individually and collect them over time.
Yeah.
Like if they wanted to, and that's what I was thinking. I was thinking of doing these as like a print, and keep the originals because I've spent so much time working on these. But like it connects in, and I'm still working on the last 2. But then even then, I could even make it bigger, and it could become a 6-piece, or it could become an 8-piece. Like
10, 15, like
where does it end? Like where does it end? You just keep adding to it, you know.
crazy.
Like painting is a trap. Depending on, but see, like I'm not just painting. Like I'm adding depth to it. Like I'm expanding on the idea of painting. Like
Yeah.
it's not just a individual painting. It's more than that. Like I got
Right.
ideas to like have a painting on a piece, but then add 3D elements to it. So like I don't like to be ordinary and just simple when I'm doing it. Like I
That's
want to
why.
actually creativity to it.
That's
Like
like when I was watching the Johnny Depp do his artwork. It's like, how the fuck does he even get the price?
I
For
know,
them?
and some
Because
of those things are massive. Like they're huge. Even when Jim Carrey did his, like they had like
yeah,
remember how like these big canvases that they had like the things like these. They actually had like a bridge that ran over the fucking canvas so they could paint on it. Like what? Where are you gonna put that? Like how do you even get out of that room?
I don't
Like,
understand how the fuck they charge for that.
they charge thousands. Like
Or probably not. Probably hundreds, maybe. Because like, hey, they don't necessarily
oh
need them. They do that for
no,
fun.
I know. But I've seen some of them sell. Some of their paintings were charged for
Oh
thousands
yeah,
of dollars. Like it
I
was
think it's more
crazy.
of maybe buyers' price as well. Maybe like they probably
Yeah.
like a bit of in between, like price, and then just I don't know. It's weird. Like
But like, it wouldn't be like I wouldn't sell like my paintings for a fortune. But like that's the thing, man. That's why I'd mostly sell prints.
no, but just enough so you can get your stuff back plus some.
Yeah, something that you actually gonna like live off of makes it so you're making money back, so you're living off of it because then it's like
Yeah,
a commodity. Because therefore you can thrive off of it. So if I do enough paintings and they are decent enough, then I'll mostly look at try and find out where I can get prints. Like I don't know where to do prints because you got to do scanning. So you got to scan the canvas.
yeah.
I don't even know where to think where I'd even scan something like
Would that cost
that
a
big.
fortune to scan? No.
Well, I
Wouldn't,
don't
would
know. That's the thing. Like, I don't know what the cost is for that. And then, do they,
Yeah.
if I were to get a scan, do they actually print onto canvas? So then it's like, if somewhere that I can scan a large thing, will they scan, like, print that onto a canvas that's going to be good quality that then I can resell? And then that's cost for me. You know, it's all these costs.
Yeah,
So-
right.
It's one of those things.
I don't know. It's definitely interesting.
But that's something I wanted to, yeah, think about. It's always good to get someone else's ear anyway. But no, so that's something I'm definitely looking into more so nowadays. It's painting again. I'm really getting into painting a lot more. It would be nice to sell my paintings, but I'd also like don't extremely want to part ways with a lot of them. Some I'll have to, but like it's one of like some I would be fine parting ways with, but it would be it would just have to be a cost.
Yeah.
Or at least if I did got decent prints, then I could
I don't know.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind for an experiment though, having one canvas, do a painting on it, do a scan of it, do a print of it, and use that same canvas and then paint another painting on it, and just had that one canvas that's specifically that. So you paint paint a picture, scan it, scrap it, like paint over it, and then paint another painting on it, and rinse and repeat, and just use that one canvas that just keeps getting painted on over and over and over, and like that would be kind of like
it's so weird, wouldn't it? Like
because then you could sell because then you'd sell that painting, and someone will have this canvas going to be like the most thickest coated canvas because there's just so many layers of paint, and you'd sell that, and that itself would be its own art piece as well.
You know what that sounds like? A fucking Bob Ross thing, doesn't it? Although the fact that he could paint what like anyone paints in a matter of minutes.
I know, it's crazy. He was pretty quick, but but that's the thing. Once you learnt the techniques, your time became quicker because you learnt what you wanted to go for. You knew what you wanted.
The fact that he knew how to do certain elements quickly, like clouds and like he could do things just off the top of his head, just done.
And that's
because he knew what layers to do it in as well, like. Like you do the background first, and you go over that with like he knew exactly where to cut things off, like height and I know it's weird. Like
your horizon
he was a fucking master.
But that's because he got to that point. Like he himself had learned to get to that point, and then he knew what he needed to do.
And the fact that it's like he was whacking the board, but is so light with it, like
oh yeah, no, like really beat the devil out of the brush. But then it's like
But it was so light on the paint, like because you put a little bit on the paintbrush. And
I know, but it's so much. Like it's just crazy. I know, it's phenomenal.
Like I'm kind of envious that I used to do art like that back in the day, but I don't now. But I'm envious of what he could do with just a little bit of idea. Like it looks so good. Like when he put like the light shafts in, like it's so obvious how it's so easy how he did it, but. The outcome is so big, like putting light shafts in a forest.
Yep.
No one paints that really, or they do. They do it individual fucking things, but he did it in one whole thing. Just painted over the top with white and stuff, like layers of layers, and it looks fucking amazing.
I know he did some really cool stuff,
and his paint dried so quick.
Because
he uses so little.
Yeah, I know it's like caked in paint.
Like. So people don't get like I'm a paint line drone. How thick did you fucking?
But I mean, the thing is though, his canvas is an issue that I have personally. I will say too is I'm just painting straight on the canvas. I don't have any primer on my canvas, so because it's like the gesso whatever it is. It basically creates an oil, like a nice thin oil coat layer to your canvas. So when you paint, it actually covers it. It doesn't just like awkwardly get absorbed into the canvas and then leaves chunky spaces. You're supposed to coat your canvas with that first, and then when you paint over it with your paints, it actually like layers it properly.
Oh.
And that's why he gets it so nice, because he's a coated with the gesso, whatever it is, and it's an oil like based paint, like it's a first coat, based like a primer. So, and then you do that.
It was so good the way he did it though, like.
So it has it all pre-set up. So once it's done. That's the one step. That's why people always like, oh, why is mine never saying? Like, he would tell you that it is coated, but he'd never show you that it's being coated because it's already been coated, and therefore he's ready to go once he paints. That's why he uses so little, because it blends everything in nicely. That's why everything smears nicely, because it's got a nice smooth coat to it. It's not gritty and rough and like that shit, because that's what a raw canvas is. It's gritty and rough, and you can't paint too well because the paint gets caught in it, and then it won't spread. So, yeah. That's why you end up going over it with multiple layers, because you therefore end up priming it with the paints you're using, and then you relayer it again. But for me, that's one of my techniques, technically, is I like the white bare, and then I prime it with my colours. So when I do my actual colours, so like with my water, I do like my greens and blues as a base coat. Doesn't matter if the white's coming through and it's how badly painted, because I'm going over again with the blue, and then those are
Yeah.
shining through those blues, so it creates different tones of watercolor and reflections and stuff because it's those
Right.
colors are coming through my blues that I wash over the top. So,
It's fucking cool, isn't it? How you can get that
it's,
effect with just a white paint.
so that's why people love the white, and it's just all these different things you can do, different techniques.
Because
And
if you
you
put
can,
it
like,
under and put the blue on top, it gives a different effect to what you put the
it
white on
lighters,
the
yeah,
top.
it lighters,
Like, it depends if you want a darker or
yeah.
lighter. Like,
And that's why, like I said, that's why I do my tones. So I do my greens and stuff, and I wash over everything with a blue, and the greens and the dark blues shine through or cut through the layer of blue because they're underneath, and you're spreading it out, and it creates those nice tones of the water. And that's how I get my
right?
water effect, so you can see the waves and stuff. Because when you look at water still, it's one color in a sense, but then you're seeing all the reflections of the ground stuff underneath. It's clear, but when waves are moving, they have dark spots. They have different tone light spots because
Yeah.
things are being brushed up and curved in. So that's why I do all my waves and I have the different colors because you're going to see that, especially up close a bit more. You'll see the different tones. So
Yeah,
that's why I had to
right.
take that. So my that big one, like when I painted that, I went over there with so many colors and mixes of blues and green, like the green, like so much.
And still on a canvas, it's not you've painted it, it's done. You you can change colors
Mm. And that's it. And there's so many different
if
layers
you're
of
quick
blues.
enough.
Mm. Sometimes you want it to dry because you want it to be a color that's shooting through, but then sometimes you got to blend.
Mm.
So you got to like do it while it's wet, so you can blend different
But
colors
that's why
together.
you need the big paint thing so you can mix the
Palette,
colors, see
yeah.
how they look.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then you mix up first, and then you can. But I make shifted palettes out of anything, so that I
Yeah,
have my
right.
own.
Exactly.
But anyway,
Which isn't a bad thing at all. It still fucking works.
that's it.
It still works, me boy. You still got the
Um,
same outcome, which is what
well,
you
how you want it? Yeah.
as long as it turns out as you want it.
Well, that's like with my painting. To help the clouds, I had my purple spray paint, so I had already been painting everything by hand. But to get that cloudy
Yeah.
effect, I spray painted in a general spot where I wanted the purple to start with, and then I kind of like did a bit of a thicker spot, and then I kind of like aired it out to make that like extra light thin layer of cloud because it's cloud's not thick, it's like a smoke. So that's how I got those extra tones, and then I went in with the purple that I mixed up and blended it through, and worked in on the
Yeah, to
shadow
give it that
tones
hint
darker.
of rain
Yeah,
up.
and then the glare and stuff. So then I went through it,
The
just added different
darkness.
purples, and so I can add different layers to it because you want to have different layers for depths and different tones of like
Because
certain.
purple gives the good when you go outside and look at a rain cloud, it
Mm,
can look kind of purple. Like it's
yeah,
that weird
yeah.
dark bluey purpley
Mm,
because of the sun and the rain, like it gives that
yep.
weird mixture, which is fucking cool.
So yeah, so it's just
Except
something I
usually when
do.
you see people, they just make them grey, which I mean,
Mm,
they are technically grey when you look at them,
mm.
but in
But I
certain
want that
angles you can
big
see
storm
a
effect,
bit
big
more than
storm
that.
cloud. Yeah, it's
So
just
the
a couple of
grey
clouds.
clouds are common, like
Yeah,
everyone does grey
and that's
clouds,
it. It's like I didn't want to do some basic clouds. I was like, I want to do something
right?
menacing feeling and really make the painting pop as well. So I was like, I'll do the
Mm.
purple storm cloud kind of thing, and it's really effective and it's really like you see the scariness of it. Like it makes you go, ooh, you know.
Yeah, because rain clouds can be scary because they can turn into fucking twisters.
Yep. So depending on what else I start adding, because I gotta add a lot more to that. Still gotta finish
We're
that.
lucky we don't get them as common here, but they do fucking happen.
Mhm. But no, anyway, I'm getting you wanting to go to a toilet and water. Um, we've gone for. I mean, I think that's. I think we're pretty much done there. We've done
Oops.
all right. I don't think there's much else to talk about.
I
Should we
finished my first game of the year.
Mm.
I think my first game of the year.
I finished.
Yeah, Binary Domain.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you already know my two games I finished off for the year,
Spider-Mans.
and then there'll be this one too.
And,
Won't take long.
right?
I'll finish that off.
All
In
the
the next
freaking
one.
Spider-Mans in not
I'll play more of
January,
that
but
tomorrow. I'll finish this.
maybe January.
I'm already
Can
12%
you get
into
done in
it.
5 days, 6
Yeah,
days?
yeah, yeah. I'll finish that off. I'm already 12% into this game.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
I
easy.
went up, but what I started with though is I went around and started collecting the area to clear the
Backpacks.
map up and then the backpacks. Yeah. The
Yeah,
you know
do
the
a district as you go, so you're not running around all the
Oh, I just did
districts.
that. I wanted to clear the map open so the map was clear. So I just went through, opened the map up, and while I was
Yeah,
doing
and
that,
then
clicked on
just
the
go through one
backpacks.
by
But
one.
then, yeah, now I'll go back after I've cleared the map open. Now I can see the whole thing. I'll do them by district. Once I've like,
Yeah.
because I've got the Fisk towers popped up on the map, but I'll come back to those
Oh yeah, yeah.
and then I'll let a few of the other district ones pop up as well, and then I'll come back to them and do them like say district by district. But I just wanted to, while I thought, oh, I might as well click the backpacks while I'm clearing out the map because you had to log into the Oscorp satellites dish antennas and you had to like hack them
Oh, them things, yeah.
so your map was clear. And I was like, I'll just do those so I can clear my map up. I was like, well, while I'm at it, I might as well click 55 of the fucking backpacks.
Right.
So that's done now. So now I've done that. I'll go through and do the story, get that basically done, and then come back and so I can unlock shit. Yeah. Thinking of just trying to maybe rush through it and then come back to, I don't know, New Game Plus or just do it all and then do everything else afterwards with New Game Plus.
Yeah.
Either or. Well, I mean, I've collected everything now, so if I do New Game Plus, because I know I'll have to do it. I know because I've done New Game Plus, I'll have to do the
New
satellites
game.
again. I'll have to do the Oscorp fucking satellites again to clear the map.
Mm.
Because that's it. But then I won't have to worry about collecting the backpacks because I've already collected the backpacks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's one of those
The
things.
backpacks.
But anyway,
The backpacks.
yes.
The backpacks. They're a pain sometimes.
I know one had a lot of collectibles. I do remember that. There's a lot of things to do. So
Yeah, first one did, yeah. Had all over the damn map.
so
The,
many things.
the freaking challenges, the collectibles,
Oh, I'm gonna do them. I'm gonna
the
play.
Taskmaster stuff.
I'm gonna sit down. Don't know how much tomorrow, but I'm gonna play. It's a long week. I mean, I don't really have to do anything anyway. I'm not working.
Yeah.
It's a long weekend.
Australia
But,
Day tomorrow. So,
I'm not doing anything, so I much play it then and then Monday. Because I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to take kids anywhere because it's public holiday. It's not till
right.
Tuesday kids go back to school.
Till Tuesday.
So
Right?
therefore, then it's only interruption in the morning and then interruption in the afternoon.
Right. Interruptions. They call them interruptions.
I could be gaming all day, finishing games off.
Interruptions.
But anyway,
No, but I do say to anyone who listens this far, everyone should play Binary Domain. It's an amazing game. It's also on Steam for like $15.
not bad.
And the online still works.
Yeah.
I played a match, I got a trophy for winning the first game or playing
Well,
the
that's
first
alright.
game. Yeah. And then I got kicked and banned from the game.
What?
Yeah. I tried to join again and I was banned.
What? From the server or like whatever server you join, they like. Ooh. What?
I went in there and killed them. I didn't know what they were doing. I just went in and just killed them and won. I don't know what's happening. Then I got banned. I got booted from the game and then banned. So the person who owned the server just didn't like what I was doing, I guess.
Well, yeah. Why have a server then if you? What do you even do in the
Why,
mult?
why have a public server if you don't want people joining it?
What
Like,
even is? Yeah. What even is the mult? What do you even do in the multiplayer? Is it like a TDM?
yeah, TDM.
Well,
I think they were boosting, but I wanted to boost, and I would have boosted with them, made it
But,
even
like-
easier for them.
but what are they going to boost for? Like,
The trophies.
yes.
Because that's what they're on there for, getting the PS3 trophies, I'm guessing, because the only ones on there were like 3 of them.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're just standing there.
What?
So I come in and just. Funny part was, I'm like, it's got online trophies? No. And they're like, let's see if the online works. Yeah! I'm going to do a match.
So what are you going to do for the trophies?
I don't know. Win 100 matches, play 100 matches or something. I don't
Oh,
know.
they're just sitting there idle until the time run out, so they click over the matches.
Maybe. And then I just kept killing them.
But then they'll get the matches through quicker. Like,
Right? Like I don't know what's happening. All I know is I got in there, then I got banned, kicked and then banned from joining that person's server lobby.
God. I don't
Now I'm
even.
trying to. I've actually joined the Discord and seen if anyone's got the game on PS3 to come and help me boost the trophies. Because Sega have a Discord now, or Sega.
I mean, if I had a
one of the same.
PS3, I would.
Right? Well, you've got a PS3. You haven't got the game, I don't think.
No. Well, my PS3s are all dookie.
Ah, they're 100 bucks now.
Hmm.
I think. I think they are 100 and something. It's still worth to have because I'm going through the old PS3 games and some hold up. Like said, like that binary domain, it feels good still to play from 2012.
That's alright then.
It's made from the Yakuza devs.
Mm.
It's got that humor too from like Yakuza.
Yeah, but I had it on 360.
But you didn't play it.
Not really. I think I played a bit of the campaign. That was it.
The protagonist sounds like Brendan Fraser. It's weird.
Yeah.
No, but the freaking story is so fucking good. It's about like AI robots,
Mm.
and you got to try and stop them.
Yeah, sure.
It's done very fucking well though.
Mm.
Then again, it's I don't the company, the fucking Yakuza devs, Ryu.
I know they don't really go wrong. They're pretty like they're onto it. There's a lot. They have a lot of depth there.
And while we're talking about stuff I said, I just went through and wish listed all the Yakuza games on PS4. They're all on PS4 and 5.
Yeah.
I'm like, I could play all them games, all
Oh,
8, 9 of
God.
them. 10, it's all 12.
They're decent games.
Well, I played them back in the day on PS2. Like, they were fantastic.
Mm.
And they're still making them, hence, like, people are buying them. Like, people like the Yakuza series.
Mm. Like a dragon.
Like a Dragon. Yeah, that's number 7. Not Like a Dragon.
Well, they're all kind of
And
like they're all called like a dragon now. Like they're part of that Like a Dragon franchise.
yeah, that's what Yakuza kind
Mm.
of Like a Dragon. But that Like a Dragon Ishin, that is not connected like the other ones.
Mm.
Ishin's an offshoot, like
Yeah.
Judgment and stuff.
Yeah. I know people forget
Which
that that's like because they're called just like Judgment. Like they're not really specified, but that's because they're another spin-off again. Like it's all part of the because that's what I said. There's Yakuza is like the main branch, and then there's like a Dragon is a sub story. Like they're a franchise with it because they're a different story arc. It's the Like a Dragon story arc, and then like say Judgment and the
no,
Judgment.
yeah, Like a Dragon, that one of the big Afro man, that continues from Yakuza 6 into that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But like it's not like it's a different story arc
It's just changed the
because
no, it's still the same.
like
It just it continues on through.
yeah.
But that Like a Dragon Ishin is completely different. It's under that,
That's what I mean. Like
not
it's
beside that.
things are all
What they've done is weird with that.
yeah.
Like it says here, like Yakuza, like 0, which got remade. 1 and 2 are Kiwami. 1 and 2 are remade from PS2. Then you got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Gaiden, and 8 are all playable, and they're all connected through story.
Yeah.
Up until the most recent.
But that's all
Infinite Wealth.
Yakuza
That's 8. 7 is like a dragon. I don't know what Gaiden. Gaiden's that in between, I think, 7 and 8. It's that the man lost his name or something. But yeah, the ones that aren't connected in the same storyline are the two Judgment and Ishin.
In the same universe, just not the same.
And there's also Fist of the North Star, which I don't know what that is exactly.
Oh, that's something completely different.
Like it's still under Yakuza, but it's Fist of the North Star.
I don't recall it being under that because that's an anime Fist of the North Star. Unless it's
Is it? Let me have a look. Fist of the North Star. Ken's Rage? I don't know. There's also a video game, Lost Paradise. Fist of the North Star, Lost Paradise. Oh, yep, it's by the Gatugu studio, published by Sega for PS4. It's based on the manga franchise Fist of the North Star. Oh.
Mm.
Features gameplay and mechanics of Sega's Like a Dragon.
But it's not related.
No, but it's the same. It's the same devs.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, because that's a manga universe. That dude's brutal in Fist of the North Star.
Oh no, it is part of the series of Yakuza. What the fuck?
Oh, did they tie it in, did they?
I don't know, but it's because it says series Yakuza Fist of the. Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise is a barely disguised Yakuza game. Why wasn't this game called Like a North Star? That's a really good title right there. Basically, its name in Japan, Yakuza Like a Dragon. Okay, so it technically is a Yakuza game, but not under Yakuza or Like a Dragon.
Yeah, it's not in because I like saying that would be really crazy to the universe if that was tied in. Fist of the North Star is brutal.
Yeah, PS4.
It was a good anime that. He's fucking brutal, the guy. I can't remember his name, but he's powerful as.
Powerful as this
He'd be
fucking
there.
big ass dude, like massive shoulder pads.
Yeah, he's there and he does like this whole thing. He'd be like doing this thing, like what you don't know, and he'd be like, "You're already dead," and then I'd be like, "Ha ha, I'm not dead," and he'd be like, "Ha," and he'd just like split into two, like in the middle of him talking. Yeah, like he was brutal. Like the dude's so powerful. Like you'd be dead before you.
That's some Dragon Ball kind of shit, isn't it? Like
You'd be dead before like you even realized you were dead. Like before even you could be like doing the whole thing, and he's that powerful, right? Where like the guy could be off the distance racing in on his motorbike, and he'd be like, "You're already dead," and the guy would pull up, step off, and die as he's stepping off. Like he'd be still like miles away, but he'd be dead as he like pulls in on the bike, and he'd collapse dead. Like because he's like fast
this
and
is
strong.
why I commend Sega because their games don't give a fuck.
Because I watched that anime was just wild. Like he was brutal.
So I'm thinking pick up the game then. It's only like $50. Like fuck, that'd be a very good game to play then.
I don't know how the game would try to incorporate that because like
but like the anime, yeah.
The anime though was just fucking insane. I have to show you clips after this. It's fucking hilarious.
This is definitely Yakuza what they've done with it because a city full of mystery and mini games.
Yeah. It sounds a bit right. You're already dead.
Hang on. Unleash over 50 signature Hakudo Shinken techniques. Over 50 signature techniques.
That's another funny.
When you say that, he's there to... Explosive combat featuring extra carnage. So it's going to be brutal.
Yeah.
Explore the wasteland in your customizable ride. Wasteland?
Yeah. It's like apocalyptic. It's like Mad Maxy.
Oh, I want that then.
That's why I had the shoulder pads and stuff, because it's like Mad Max.
Oh, yeah, put that on my watch list. I'll pick that up next week. There you go.
Well, when we wrap this up, I'll show you some clips. They're fucking hilarious.
Yeah, so I mean...
But yeah, we've gone for a bit now. We're about 2 hours and 40 minutes. I was going to wrap it up earlier. But we just... a bit long. It's not an issue, but... I just I wanted to wrap it up, but...
Come out 2018, that game did.
Yeah.
Series, Yakuza.
I was going to grab it.
I
was going to grab it at the time, but I never got it.
Well, you should now. Like, if it's anything like the anime, then, like, what it sounds like.
Yeah. But anyway. Chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets. Yes. Thank you, Beaters and Beardettes, for joining us. I'm gonna keep going on.
I know. That's the trap. We could, but I don't want to. We're gonna wrap it up.
Fucking trap.
We need to start earlier in the day. Sit around.
Right.
One day we can do a full day episode. Don't know what we're gonna do because we come and go.
Episode,
we have to have the headset on so I can come and go and do shit while we're talking.
But
don't know who would listen to that.
The people out there. There's content for everyone here. But I digress. Thank you for watching, listening.
I too digress.
Digress.
Sometimes purple, sometimes blue.
Um, we appreciate you. We have been Jim. Fuck's sake.
No point doing a yellow, does it? So.
We'll catch you next week. Bye bye. Digress. I too digress. Like, fuck's sake. Fucking dickhead. I too digress.
Where are these clips? At?